let us go ahead and get started. Alright, so we are going to embrace the jank today and just exclusively play Gunhead. On the plus side, we will never have to use meds at all. On the downside, we don't get to use meds at all. Alright. What do I have? I'm at 10 right now, so I have an extra 400 HP. That's not too bad. Let's go ahead and start out with a Frozen Swamp. The lovely Frozen Swamp. That I have no quests for, there we go. Clear Skies is so dangerous as Gunhead bad, you just aggro everything. Aggro all of the things. Ice is fine, ice works. And muffins. And data waves. Alright. Weapons. And magic pop. Use a really kitted Arsass. Can I buy 308? I can't, right? I'm still cursed. Still cursed. Wait, is he even going down out of game? I don't think it is. Alright, well, I guess we have plenty of Aramaki ammo. We're strictly a Eurasian Euruskin Gunhead. I could do SVD though, it actually works. Buy plenty of SDV ammo. Alright, so let's go over here. Yeah, they hear the clanking coming. Alright, SVD. Come here, you. Though, I always keep forgetting, too, that Gunhead doesn't have the ability to aim down sights. He's not really a DMR kind of guy. It kind of works, though. You kind of have to guess. And I guess we'll do RPK also. Let's get a better rig. It does make sense, yeah. Where are his sensors, though? He's like on his chest, like right here. How does he tell where enemies are? They rework Gunhead, just have like a data stream with like ones and zeros you have to pick through to shoot. Alright, and let's get our ammo. 7.62, we'll bring like... I guess that's like the nice thing about Gunhead too, I will say, is you don't need to bring all of that much into raid because you know you won't be alive to shoot all of your ammo. So you can just bring a moderate amount of ammo instead of like, you know, 1,000 plus. Alright, so we do have data streams. We have... Yeah, so we're going to start rack. We're going to go over the Titan, hit the well, and then go here, then get our tracks done, hopefully. All that in 2,500 HP. Yeah, you are right. Some scavenged Christmas lights.
It is as you humans say, a good day.
To die. The end is theirs to die. Fred. You silly little goose. Alright. Let's head over to our Titan. I have not. I know that was I've seen it going around though, people talking about it. I have no idea what causes it. I guess we'll see if we get it, considering we're using upgraded rig right now. Alright, so here's a big question too. Is there an exo in here today? There is not. Just a European squad. Let's still go around the back, though. I guess, like, the big issue again, though, is, like, it feels like almost like they don't plan for you to go in the back, because, like, you go in the back and the spawn happens right on you. Alright, let's head them back, though. I will say, like, there is one nice aspect, too, about his, like, gunhead. He does give you awareness on the closest unit, because his gunhead, like, his gun tries to track to it immediately. Hey, zombie. So it's like almost like a mini free tac cam for things that are close by. There's one. They're a pain your first time, but like once you figure out where they spawn, it's not too bad. Come on. The real pain is actually being able to pick them up. Where do I need to aim? Gabe. Oh, I saw it like around here. Gabe. Yeah, I see it like at the very end. Huh? You keep teasing me with like a very flat, like brief flash of being able to pick it up, Gabe. Gabe, please. Hey, Noah. I feel like, yeah, I feel like the robot hands can't get it. Like, yeah, I feel like it's like stuck on the ground, like it's perfectly flush with the ground, and it's just like Gunhead can't get his dexterous hands, or like lacking dexterity hands on it. Come on, you. I know you can do it. I believe in you. I've seen it a few times. Oh, I saw it right there. Come on. Come on, you can do it. I believe in you. Come on. Come on, Gunhead. Use those fingers. I wonder if the SVD will help. I don't have a flashlight. I saw it, though. Game, please. Freebie. I kept the flashlight on. We're good. I'm seeing like brief glints of it. Stop moving, just rotate the body. Well, I have bad news. We tried doing just that. It's not that simple. Come on, game. Slower. You don't think I already tried that? It seems to only pop up when we release ADS. Like, there's a brief window when we release ADS where it pops up, like right there. Hold on. I can see it like right when we let go. There's like the ever so briefest window. There we go. Got it. Yeah, it was like, it's like when we released ADS, it would do it. Brother, you saw that. It was not just where I was aiming, it was where basically what I was ADSing, like releasing ADS at. Anyway. Moving on. Pop in? Okay, there they are. I believe it, yeah. Like, aiming down at your feet, too, is very janky when things are in close combat. It is very much quite rough. Scramblers, for example, are terrible in close combat. Thankfully, you can just melee them and kill them, but still. That's accurate, at least. Alright, let us continue on and look for our schematics. Where are we at? Show me the schematics. They might be downstairs, though. We'll take the ammo, though. Okay, there's one. Alright, Gunhead. I believe in you. Yeah, there was like a brief window, like right after dropping ADS, where you can pick it up. So if you aim at it with ADS, you will have like a split-second window to just spam E on it while you're releasing your ADS button. That seems to be the trick. Just pop on a new head. Just take a spare head with you. Yeah, for players who are unaware of third-person aiming, they're probably like, "Oh my god, Gunhead's so nice, I can actually aim now." That's true, Zombie, having to like cycle constantly through like alt and not alt for aiming. That's probably hitting the railing. Give me your stuff. Alright, there should be one more down here. Usually on top of one of these boxes. Though there's a chance we miss it up top though too. Ain't there. Ain't there. Could be on top of there. Let's see over here first. Nada. We might have missed it up top. They are hard to see. I wouldn't mind a silence variant. Like, if the AP-C9 Pro actually started silence, perhaps, maybe. The only problem is it probably doesn't make sense. Like, I don't know. Wouldn't make much sense for his head to be pre-silenced. You just you just put a water bottle over. You put what you do. You have a modification where you can pick up a water barrel and just shove it on Gunhead's gun as a suppressor. Alright, where are you? Should have brought attack cam. I feel like I know the spawns now by I know the spawn by now, but I guess not. We have 2 out of 3 so far. Was it actually up top? Did I miss it, perhaps? Where might you be? There you are. Oh, you're pretty... Yeah, you were pretty covered from this angle. That makes sense. I was busy looking at this way. Alright. So... Oh. Thank you, Slight Incline. How kind of you. Yeah, we'll have to see how scary it is. How they rebalance the economy and the health and all that good stuff to make it scary. Ah, yes, the pitch blackness of the insides. Yeah, but like Zombie, my logic being that if you're a tool of like riot control, you wouldn't actually want to have your gun suppressed because the noise the gun makes is actually part of the riot control. And now naturally he's not really riot control anymore, but he was riot control back in the day. So having a very loud gun on top of your head would probably help suppress it, like civilians to get the fuck away. Or to disperse, I guess is a better word for it. 4 boxes appear when aiming down sights. Oh, so this is just how Gunhead aims, but you can do this on any other character by hitting Alt. I can't show you on this character, but when you hit Alt, as opposed to ADSing, you will enter this as any other character, which is a much more accurate way of aiming your gun. Hey. I honestly don't think they were aggro, but maybe they were. I mean, that would be kind of cool, beanbag head. Yeah, this is the RPK. One of like the probably the best rifles in the game currently. It's just a good multi-roll. Thanks, Ivan. All right. I can't see, but I can see the dot. And that's all that matters. Time for Hacker Man. Actually, yeah, I don't mind spawning an injector. It gets like one of the harder spots out of the way early and gives you an idea of how much HP you have to work with. So they're aggro to me, but I'm very curious if they're pathing away from me. Did they drop aggro? Looks like it. So weird. I hear grenade launcher. I'm not fucking with that. The Scar is fun because, like, once you get the 50 round mag for it, the Scar has a really good headshot multiplier, so you can just shred through everything, including EODs. You are unsuppressed, but like it is a fun gun to use. And the nice thing too, if you do have the ability to use heavy rifles, like, well, naturally you would because you're using the Scar, like having the sniper rifle plus the 50 cal Scar is just a good way of having both assault rifle plus an actual sniper. It's a good way of using the same round and having two types of damage, right? The heavy sniper rifle damage or just the assault rifle damage. And the last plus being that you get a fuck ton of ammo from killing your opens. I think they are eventually, right? Rocket launchers in some capacity because they're talking about missiles. I imagine they're waiting until they actually have like things like countermeasures in the game. Oh yeah, I like Clear Skies. Clear Skies is kind of cool. The drones respawning inside of their nests, I will say, I like the I love the ambiance of the effigies, but The big one makes sense, right? But the smaller ones having that many drones inside. Is that an EXO? No, it's a fucking medium mech. That's, I haven't seen you there before. Dear water scavs, I don't think it's very wise to attempt to murder a medium mech. Oh no, I'm Gunhead, I need to run. I haven't told me the radius, I need to run. You're Asian? No, so the unit deep dives, I try to make it as clear as possible. Those are mainly just theories and things. So like the stuff we see in game, I basically hypothesize upon. Like we basically, come on, really? Hold on, I gotta deal with this quickly. Why? What did I do to deserve your ire? Hold on, I'm trying to live here real quickly. I'll explain in a second. What did I do to deserve this? I haven't been close to you at all. Hey, boo. No. Do I have hunter killers on me? Are you a hunter killer without a hunter killer notification? What is going on? Are you HK? You look like an HK. You're a hunter killer. Okay, so that's why the medium mech got aggroed. Okay, that makes sense. The HK aggroed it. Understood. That's why the mech got aggroed. Understood. That tracks. I don't have enough HP to actually probably do clear skies. We just leave. Yeah, but usually the red symbol on top of your head, right? You get a little symbol on top of your head, like the little red light. Where's my red light? I probably missed because I was shooting in the elevator. All right. So in regards to the lore videos, right? The unit deep dives are a mix of just basically just seeing things in the game, like taking a close-up look at the clues we have in game, right? And then kind of. All right. Well. Taking a look at the things we have in game, like the units close-ups and things like that. So like Zyakatsu Biomedical is on the cyborg, so we can kind of assume that's a corporation in the biomedical field, naturally. And then like in the later segments, usually in the latter half of the video, I will go into like more actual theories per se. And they are labeled as theories too. It's not canon. The only canon video has its own separate section, being the Forever Winter logs, because that was provided directly by Fundog. Like that was that was actual canon. Everything else is just kind of clues and contextual things. Yeah, there are certain aspects like that we can tell. Like for example, it's very clear night and day that Europa is not an advanced. They're not an advanced faction. They don't try to be either. Well, Europe or Eurasia tries to be like a highly technological faction. Like those are kind of safe assumptions. And it's a big aspect too, right? Where you got to consider too that unlike me, I doubt the devs are like try to be as logical. Like there is always the rule of cool, right? In the sense of this is really cool, fuck the logic, or this is really cool, I don't care if it's logical at all. For example, right, the Eurasian drones, or like Euruscan drones, whatever you want to call them, the drones currently on that map we were going to, right, the ones with the insect legs. They don't have a gun on them currently, but that's just more of an oversight. B, they don't really look like they fly. Like, unlike the European drones that actually have, like, rotor blades to propel them upwards, there's nothing actually on the Euruscan drones or the Eurasian drones that look like they make them fly. they do have like an intake for a jet, but we don't see a jet engine anywhere, right? So it looks like the Eurasian drones basically just fly for magic. And like that's a like suspension of disbelief, right? In the sense of, sure, it's really cool that they fly and they look like insects. They don't need to have perfect logic, right? Or perfect, like, flawless logic. It's not really. So Murmasa, the theory is right now is that they're labeled as Eurasian drones, but they're really like Euruscan drones, and sometimes they're called Euruscan drones. So it is all, yeah, Ludroth too. It's like being vague in your lore is great because it means you can go different directions. Yeah. Currently, the Euruscan region drones basically are the same, but it's hard to confirm if it's like one or the other. I personally think, considering they have riders that are of the Euruska faction, they feel pretty Euruscan to me, actually, but yeah. But we will see. Alright. You need to finish... It honestly feels like, too, like you need to do clear skies right off the rip. Otherwise, things just get out of hand. Yeah, so like they did mention too in the last Q&A that this coming Q1 patch, whenever that might be, my personal theory, considering the holidays, I would say mid-March is my guesstimate. 3 months from now, basically. I think a lot of stuff they've been working on recently has been like kind of already in the tank. And so this might be the first issue where we see some slowdown, especially considering the holiday, but I might be wrong. They might do February, they might do end of January. I would be very, very surprised if they did any January. I highly doubt end of January, but my guess is mid-March. Mid-March is my guesstimate. For the next big content patch, that is. You might have some small ones between now and then. I imagine we'll see like some fix or some like patchworking of the AI system right now in the next like January, considering not the outrage per se, but just the how bad it feels for a lot of players. Well, rest in the sense of too, like this is also the first instance also we kind of see perhaps a system that was pushed out half-baked. And a lot of it feels unintentional, right? The whole like aggro radius thing feels very unintentional. Yeah, so Murmasa, we're gonna probably see a breadth of units actually added in the Q1 update, and like that was a big thing too. I think they mentioned in like the last or two Q&As ago, where they have a bunch of models made. It's just the rigging, the animations, the gameplay integration, like all of that stuff. They have they have so many models ready, but they're just waiting for like the actual implementation for them. That could be the case too, yeah. Though my actual working theory, I can't recall what exactly they're called, but like they actually look like antenna towers. Like kind of crude, I think, like homebrew. Like they're half antenna towers and half effigy, right? That make up these drone nests. So like they could have their programming. These drones could have programming, like in a sense, if they lose connection, to like collect together as like a hive and form an effigy to construct a tower to hopefully get them back in on contact with the with home base. So say for example you send a bunch of Eurasian drones out to do a task, and they finish that task and there's still plenty around, and then now they're out of orders. They have like pre-programming to collect into a hive, and then construct basically what is a giant antenna tower to receive hopefully signals from home base and get new orders. Fufin. So the water system is both heavily working like, so here's how water works currently, right? Every out of game day, so 24 hours IRL, you will use 1 water. That is what everyone is outraged about, right? That there is a mechanic currently in the game that uses an out-of-game clock to basically count down. Now, that being said, you can get 3 to 5 water really easily every 3 minutes. So every 3 minutes, once you get used to it, you can basically get 5 days worth of water, if not more. So it's really, really, really easy to farm. The biggest caveat is the max amount of water you can store is 100 days. Now, I am not for a mechanic that has an out of game kind of system, right, in regards to counting your time out of game. I don't like that system at all, even if it is really forgiving like it currently is. But that's basically the main point, right? Is you have people who are like, I don't want to be punished for not playing the game, despite how forgiving it is, and then you people like, and then other people are basically being like, it's really easy to farm. You're kind of being melodramatic, and they're both right. But the core of the issue is, right, a game should never really have a mechanic to punish you for out of time passage, and it does feel placeholder though, right? It doesn't feel like it. Zombie, that is true, but it doesn't involve you logging in, right? But the biggest thing I'll say about the water system currently too, I don't think it's that bad right now. I haven't worried about water in forever, because if you do quests, it just fills your water up for you. So as long as you play a couple hours every 100 days, like, you're basically fine. But yeah, the biggest sin of the water mechanic is that it doesn't feel consequential, right? Like, the original system's supposed to feel like it's actually consequential in regards to like, oh no, if I run out of water, I'm gonna have water death and it's gonna be bad because I ran out of water. I need to survive. But like, it doesn't feel consequential at all. It doesn't feel like it matters after a certain point. It feels very easy to acquire and get, and just in my, there's a lot of things. Here's the thing. There's a lot of things currently in the Forever Winter that are very early systems that are placeholders or the baseline for a future system. So for example, a big thing right now people are kind of upset by is the current rendition of aggro in the game, because right now all characters now have a radius around them where they'll just aggro things, and there's no positive modifiers to that radius, essentially, right? If you crouch, if you use smaller weapons, if you use a silencer, nothing modifies that aggro radius currently, so it feels really bad. But if there were things eventually that modified that system to like, oh, if I crouch, if I stand still, my radius gets reduced, right? So say if my base is 6 meters, if I crouch, it gets reduced by half to 3 meters. If I stand still, it gets reduced by another half, so it's like 1 meter. They basically have to be on you to detect you, which is fair. Stuff like that, but that's not currently there yet. It's just an early baseline system, and that's a lot of what's currently going on in the Forever Winter, right? It's a lot of very early systems that are just getting fleshed out. People keep calling it a beta. It's not a beta, it's an alpha. There are plenty of gameplay systems right now that are very premature and not fully fleshed out and not fully developed that are in the game. It's not a beta. And the devs said too that they wanted to put, like, they didn't want to push out the game this early, but there was a lot of people asking them to push out the game this early, right? And so now we could kind of see the consequences of that, right? Where some people are like, oh, I bought into an early access game thinking it was a full game. It's not, it's an alpha. Which, if you're fine with playing, is perfectly fun. I love playing alphas. I play Ashes of Creations too. No, not this currently. It's currently Swipe, but I love seeing games develop over time. All right, how do I get up top without getting murdered? Well, I need loot containers everywhere, right? I mean, you can feel middling about the game too, right? I will say, the people who feel middling about the game probably aren't playing it right now because they're just waiting for more content. Like, they can love the atmosphere but not love the gameplay mechanics just yet, currently. Yeah, that's I will say that is very true, Luderoff. Like, I try to be as objective as possible in regards to stuff like this, but that is very true. You have to be very careful. For people who are still playing a game like this that's very early access and rough, it can kind of turn into an echo chamber to some regard, because you have people who already love the game giving feedback on the game. And you kind of need, you want definitely their opinion too, but you also want to understand the pain points of the people who aren't playing the game, right? Who want to play the game, but for whatever reason, there's some mechanic that's stopping them. I fucking hate this place. It's not broken per se, it's just, it has a bunch of gameplay mechanics that are kind of unforgiving, and kind of like, you'll think about it and like, that doesn't make a lot of sense. So it really depends, like if you're okay with jankier gameplay, like unpolished gameplay, it's perfectly fun, especially if you like the setting. If you like kind of the grimdark setting this game offers you, you're not gonna find very many games like it, right? I'm pretty sure Big Green is the large mech for Eurasia. Oh, 100%, yeah, the game's... I'm pretty fucking hurt. I think it's time to dip, though. I got 1 map out of 3. I think I'm okay with that, actually. It's time to leave. Unfortunately, our way to trying to get into the injector did not work out for us. No, Big Green is Eurasian. Because I'm like 90% sure it's Eurasian. Unless I misheard or misread somewhere. Yeah, if you're okay with dealing with jank, yeah. Like, if you like seeing games in progress and you are okay with jank, it's perfectly fine. And, like, that's a big lot of things, too, right? The amount of water you get now and the amount of meds heal are definitely... They know that their game is jank and a lot of it's unforgiving, so they give you a lot of tools to help mitigate the jank, right? Like medkits for other characters, or, like, a lot of water from quests and in raid, right? Undoubtedly, when they rework water right, it'll probably be much harder to get water consistently, because right now it's a joke, but that's because they also know that they don't want to, like, punish you for playing an alpha game. No, it's fine, don't worry about it. So I'm actually surprised about that, Fufin. I personally expect about 1 content patch from early access games every quarter, and sometimes I don't even get that, right? Some games take even longer than that to put out content patches, for whatever reasons, right? So in the first 3 months of development, they pushed out 2 major content patches, which is a pretty breakneck pace IMO, and I believe we're feeling this first kind of symptoms of them might be pushing too aggressively, right? This patch was like the first patch where we actually kind of have some pretty janky introduced mechanics that feel very half-baked, which is fine, right? Because, like, if their goal is to push out stuff like this to get feedback on, well, they've succeeded, right? If their goal was to get feedback on this kind of work-in-progress aggro system, they definitely got it. And now people are upset about that, but that's kind of like what you sign up for an early access game, right? Yeah. And for example, right now, they're seeing the feedback from Gunhead. People are very upset about Gunhead not being able to heal. And it's important to, like, consider that viewpoint, but also considering why Gunhead needs healing in the first place. Like, why are they asking for healing? And a lot of that has to do is because healing right now is really overpowered. But it needs to be overpowered considering all of the bullshit you have to deal with. That's probably not going to happen in the future, right? Like, I know people are probably sick of this phrase, right? But you're not supposed to be like this serious Sam or like some super murder machine. You're supposed to be a survivor, right? And right now, you can play like a murder machine with certain characters. If I go over to Bagman, put on 20 advanced medkits and painless, I can kill hundreds of people in a single raid. No issues. Gunhead's pretty different, though. And so where I'm basically getting with this is, right, is like Gunhead not having healing and people not liking that, I feel is more of a symptom of the inability to mitigate all of the jank. Oh, awesome, Perpoise. That's good to hear. Yeah, as long as you know what you're like, that's the biggest thing too. I never want to like mislead people into getting this game unless they know what they're signing up for. And it's early access in the fullest. Actually, let me go ahead and spawn at the tower too. Let me talk to Grillo, my friend Grillo over here. Hey Grillo, how would you like 30? We'll do 25 G36s. There we go. Maskman is like, Maskman's probably the best all-around character. It's not even close. Yeah, I like the intensity it brings back, but I also understand it's not for everyone because, like I said, that's the key thing too. I play this game consistently a couple times every week. I don't really play much outside of stream, but you get kind of like, you understand how to play the game and how to stay alive and so on and so forth. Not everyone has the amount of time I do or more aggressive players do, and so it takes them a lot longer to learn how to, or they might even forget gameplay patterns, right? They might come in basically blind every single time, and it's important to remember that this is a pretty it's grimdark and it's supposed to be kind of ruthless and you're in your survival, but it needs to be fair in that, right? Because there is a very strong casual audience of older gamers who like games like this grimdark genre, but aren't like mega elite game players, right? They don't spend 20 or 30 hours a week playing games. They spend like maybe 3 or 4 hours a week playing games. Which kind of ties into the point too, where because of that, water should never be an out of game clock. Personally, if I was to do it, the first system I would try out was have basically a water raid. And you would balance water around that. Like right now, a 1 water raid would be way too much, but like you would rebalance how water works to make 1 raid worth a small amount of water, but at least a amount of water. And essentially a raid is a day, right? Every time you do a raid, that passes time. Are you guys just gonna stand there or come up? I guess not. And there's more ways to flesh it out more than that. Like you can have day and night cycles and so on and so forth. But the simplest thing, that like the lowest baseline is this: 1 raid should be that should be your way of passing time for water consumption. And that's the absolute baseline, right? And then you build up from there. All right, let me go for this turret first, I guess. So I'm looking mainly for like crates right now for scav scrap. Can the robot drink the water? The robot cannot drink the water. I don't think it would want to either. Have they fixed these actually? They kind of actually, I think they have fixed them a little bit. Yeah, it doesn't make sense for a non-MMO, right? But like, yeah. It doesn't make sense for a game like this. It's still janky, but it's better than it was before. I think the biggest thing is because, like, hold on. It's just because you're not aiming straight forward, right? So that hits there. Like, you can actually shoot to the top side of the railing now. Before it was a lot worse. So the biggest thing, right, is it looks like your actual bullets spawn from the end of your gun. Not all games do that. So like, for example, some games will have your bullets spawn from the center of your screen and head outwards. This game seems to be actually spawning the bullets at the end of your gun and then moving forward. So like, in a scenario like this, right, their bullet is trying to go to the center of the screen, but it's hitting the railing there. So it's definitely a lot better than it was before. Like, it's night and day better than it was before. But there is still, like, the quality of, like, this is pretty... Like, and it's pretty good now. It's not perfect, but, like, it's good enough, almost, it feels like, to some capacity. Without having wall banging in the game, I feel like it's probably good enough. All right, I need more containers. Yeah. So going from the baseline, right? My perfect system would be this, or at least like the baseline of my perfect system for this would be water. You have a day and night cycle, right? Because right now, if you're unfamiliar with the game, there are night raids. It's only on a few maps, not all of the maps, but it's just a random chance of you going for a night raid. So you basically make a day cycle, right? Where each day cycle is locked into a day shift and a night shift. And you can choose to skip however many days you want. If you want to skip your days until water death, you can do that. Perfectly, you're in your control, and it gives you a way of actually wiping your account on purpose. But as you progress through the day, you can choose to play the day shift, you can choose to play the night shift, or you can choose to play one or the other, right? Naturally, most players are probably going to lean to the day shift. And when you complete an entire day, that drains water from your innards, right? That uses the water. Perhaps you could use water too to travel to places, but for right now, just have water be every day that passes, it uses some water. And the way to balance this for newer players is you start out with the water consumption insanely low and not very punishing. However, as you start progressing through the game and you start unlocking things through your innards, getting more vendors, getting more unlocks, building out your innards, you start draining more water as your innards get more populated, right? So every single day now costs more water than it was before, making water more of a drain for players who play more or advance more, right? At the same time, what you do to help alleviate that for more casual players is you give them the options for water automation. So, like, as you progress and you need more water to sustain your innards, you get more things to help unlock more water production, right? All right, I need one more box. If I find one more box around here. Unfortunately, I think I have to go to the staircase. I don't love the staircase, but it does work. Yeah, and like that could be the thing too, Drop, because night shifts become more optional now too. You don't have to do them. You could actually make them more deadly also, right? Like right now, night shifts are probably not as deadly as they should be because you don't really control how night shifts work. Hello, everyone. Come up. Come on up. And you can kind of create situations, right, too, where considering, say, for example, you have runs of bad luck and you put yourself in a bad spot. Say, for example, now you don't like doing night shift, but now you're compelled to do night shift because you need to get 2 shifts in during a single day. And so you can create situations, right, where, you know, out of necessity, you have to go do night shift. All right. Unfortunately, okay, we have all 3. We're actually good. Okay, perfect. Yes, the staircase of death. So many drones. Yeah, night shift is very scary for newer players, yes. It's scary in a good way too, because like, as a newer player, I had no idea those existed until I saw the first one. I was like, wait, what the hell's going on? There's variants of maps. And it was like a really cool moment. Oh, drones are like kill on sight for me. You just don't let drones live anymore. The second you see a drone, you just kill them on sight. Because if you don't, they're gonna aggro to you no matter what you do, basically now. I do really like the effigies though. They definitely do give me like a vibe of like antenna plus hive. There's also like these weird branches over them too, right? Is that just the trees or no, it's these actually. Very weird. They're taped together too in some capacity also. Are these actually, I think they're hives, but could the drones actually make these considering how giant the logs are? See ya, zombie. I'm almost expecting like freaking cyber beavers now. It looks more beavery now than it was drody. I mean, guess with the power teamwork they could do it for sure. Freaking drones. Oh, I hear you. They have like train parts up there too, it looks like. Or was that a mech part? Actually looks like a mech part to me. Well, that does. That looks like a... don't know what that is. The economy is pretty forgiving. You make a lot of money once you start surviving raids. I wouldn't be too worried about gear fear right now. You make a lot of money very quickly, and guns aren't worth all of that much. And ammo too. Like you'll do a lot better by bringing actual real guns to help you survive with. The biggest thing, make sure once you unlock Grillo, go talk to him and then buy some silencers. See ya, Smoke. Merry Xmas. Yeah, go talk to Grillo, buy some attachments, buy the silencers. The silencers will help you out a lot with aggro. You'll still aggro things as you see currently, but silencers make it a lot more forgiving.
Return to normal activities. Unit 7 and 6.
It does indeed run like a robot. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it, right? Like, you feel very powerful, but you also are still paper mache, right? So yeah, if you go over to vendors, Grillo, if you do attachments and then muzzle device, make sure to deselect hiding compatible so you can see all of them, and just buy one of every silencer, and just make sure every gun you bring in that can't have a silencer has a silencer. It will help you dealing with aggro a lot. All right, quest done. We should have part 2 now. There we go. Clear skies. So dangerous. Let's just do this one and we'll move on. All right, ammo again. Let's go over to the AK now. The AK. Yeah, like 21k credits for an AK is definitely worthwhile. You just make a lot of money from quests otherwise, yeah. And you'll find yourself, once you start giving yourself good gear and medkits, the biggest thing is advanced medkits for sure. Once you start bringing those, it's kind of hard to die. You will get punked occasionally, but if you, the times where you die is when you run out of resources, not when you have them. It's very rare to die when you have medkits. Especially the good kind. Frozen Swamp, and we're gonna go over to the train yard, so let's spawn at Titan. Yeah, like I honestly, if I wasn't playing Gunhead, I would bring more. Gunhead's main constraint is his HP. By the time you use this many rounds of ammo, you need HP, right? But if you're playing Baghead, right, you can like bring thousands of rounds of ammunition and plenty of medkits, and you can be perfectly fine. You'll be there the entire raid. Yeah, squad spawning on you is one way of getting punked. Drones are now a very great way of getting punked.
Maintain spacing. The sector ahead contains explosives.
Yeah, Gunhead cannot use medkits, so that HP bar at the very bottom is what we have. We have to make sure, like, we have a very limited lifespan in raid. I think I'm about 10 pixel. Around 10 or so. Hello.
Deleting threats in order of priority.
Well, I think it also means too, because considering the drills count as a consumable now, that does make sense, right? To say that, have that phrase. It could just be that too, right? Because, you know, the drill is a consumable. There's usually opens up here. Yeah, like you don't have a lot to play with, but like it's always an endurance thing, right? There's very rarely chances where you'll actually lose from just like having all of your HP drained in one fight. It's just always an endurance thing. Sir? Alright, let's mark a container here. Bag cargo. You don't belong up here. Maybe eventually, right? But yeah, I think they wanted to make sure they had balancing on it, because like you unlock his head with experience, right? And so you can kind of get progression with him. So grinding credits, it's gonna be mainly quests is a better way of doing it. There is so quests and items, you can just do mass farming of like your opens and mech trench to get a lot of money from just killing everything. Probably the better way of doing it though is doing very particular quests until you get better rig. So the priced alcohol quest from the scavengers is always good money. Then there is the quest for mech wreck, though you need to have staunch the bleeding done to get it for your Ruska. So once you have staunch the bleeding done from your Ruska, you'll get a quest called mech wreck, and you'll need to go to Elephant Mausoleum and just kill a pilot there. That's pretty good money. But yeah, the biggest thing to get money early on is getting either the equipment runner, depending on your character, the equipment runner, or that's the pack mule. You can also go, for example, to my favorite spot on Mesa and just endlessly farm cyborgs in the crawler, and you get a bunch of stuff that way. It takes a lot of ammo, but you can just bring 9mm and kill him that way. Favorite map is definitely Frozen Swamp, actually. This map is just really cool. And it's not even done yet either. Like, a lot of this stuff doesn't have sound effects yet. That's experience, right? Not money, though. I guess if they keep dropping and farming, though. It takes a lot of time, loot drop. That's a thing, too, though. Like, it works, but I find something like that kind of boring. Like, I'd much rather play point-and-click adventures with cyborgs in the crawler. AFK farming at the drone, I mean, if you want to do that, that works, I guess. But I would find it pretty boring. So there's a quest called Clear Skies here, right? And once you place the jammer down, all of the Eurasian drones will explode around you. You can go loot them if you want, or if you just want to go pure AFK, you can farm experience that way. And you can basically just sit AFK and get experience forever as long as you want, right? It's fine if you want to do that. I find it kind of boring. I want to shoot. I actually want to shoot the things I kill. Drones. Yeah, it's a good way of like farming prestige. Considering I would actually, if you weren't doing it for money but just for prestige, I'd be much more okay with it, right? Or I would probably actually engage in something like that, because prestige is just a giant pain in the butt, and I don't like the system. Yep, I have a gun for a head. See? Gunhead. Gunhead. Head gun. What if we made a mech's head a gun? Yeah, like, I mentioned that too in my patch notes video. Like, it just seems like it was a placeholder, like a stopgap thrown in to accommodate Gunhead.
Return to normal activities. Unit 7 and 6.
All right. So, quest-wise, where are you? I'm curious how much money you get for mech wreck now. They did rebalance quests a bit, but it should be pretty still good for mech wreck. Yeah, mech wreck's a good, yeah. So once you get staunch the bleeding down, this is a really good quest for money, 50k a run. If you don't want, if you want to do quests for farming money, you don't want to just like, you know, farm units for money, you can go to Elfin Mausoleum. I personally would recommend spawning ruins. So you would spawn ruins and head toward pipes, and along the way to pipes from ruins, you will find a mech pilot there. Now, the mech pilot will occasionally get killed by cyborgs, but I find that spawning ruins, you will usually get to the pilot before them most of the time. And then you can also do Thief in the Night. Thief in the Night will spawn on Mausoleum, and he'll occasionally run across the same path you need to go to do mech wreck. Not consistently, though. Thief in the Night does spawn in mech trenches in the main healing room, which is kind of nice, because you can like kill a bunch of your opens and then kill him for money too. And then Bringer In is nice too, but Bringer In's really dangerous and requires, you know, grenade launchers or shotguns, so it works, but it's probably not worth the money considering it takes time and risk to do, as opposed to mech wreck. Prestige! But yeah, this is Gunhead's skill tree. Like, if we look at another character, right, if we go to, say, Scav Girl has a fraction of the skills that Gunhead does, and so just to accommodate his skill tree, they raise the prestige from 25 to 50. Water Thief Scorched Enclave. Are you lying to me, Pixel? 5,000 credits? It's good experience, though, I will say. It actually, 5,000 experience is actually good experience. Money-wise, it's kind of meh, but experience-wise, it's pretty good. Alright. Let's actually do a quick run of this, too. Why not? We'll do Thief in the Night. Yeah, experience is important early on, too. I would say, like, the biggest thing is making sure you can unlock a rig early on. So depending on your character, you either want this, or you want this. This is much better for farming units because of all the extra slots, and depending on your character. If you're going for like lockboxes or explosives, this is much better. Just to spam explosives or lockboxes. You get 3 large item slots. And it basically goes on every single character. This can only fit on the heaviest characters. This can go on all of them. Eventually, there's Scab Girl and Old Man that require skills to unlock this, but that's a separate thing entirely. Okay. Let us. Let's actually bring out the Scar too. Let's just go full out here. The Scar is so much fun to bring in. Alright, and then I need 50 cal. Not too much. We'll bring like, I guess, 800. So 200 there. Oh, that works. 700. Regions, ruins, and we're good to go. All right. So we're mainly rushing against time here. The longer we wait to go kill the mech rat guy, the more likely they die to cyborgs around here. Alright, who is here? Is it Toothy or Toothy's here? Sorry, not Toothy, but I mean, our lovely little friend. The Rat King. Alright, are you pilot? Yeah, that's a pilot. Alright, that's a pilot, and that's 50k right there. And now we need to just find our thief. I generally won't spend too much time trying to find thief here. I'll check usually about one spot, and if the thief's not there, I'll just move on. Unlike maps, like mech trenches, once the pilot begins, or not the pilot, but the thief begins moving, it's hard to find him again. But if you don't see him running across the open, the other spot I know to check is in this room over here. Oh, gotcha. Sure. Okay, that's the thief right there. He'll spawn in this room occasionally, and you can tell it's him from him being just alone. There we go. Basically 100k right there. And now we can just leave literally right over here after leaving this room. Yeah, it is nice. I personally kind of prefer if they were... I want more high worth items being in spots that are not easy to get to or well defended. And considering gachas are probably one of those items, right? It feels weird just to see them in the open. There's always a grabber there, just run by it. But yeah, 3 minutes of time. And that was a lucky run too. But considering the gacha, we probably made over 100k really easily there in 3 minutes. That's not gonna happen every single time, but... That's like 7 or 8k, I think. These aren't worth much, like they're like 1.5 each, so it's like 9k, like 16k. Like not a ton of stuff here, so 16k off our inventory so far. Our gacha is probably another couple, like 20k. So yeah, like 3 minutes of time for a lot of money between Mechrack, Thief of the Night, and then the items. Now, you'll be able to do Mechrack consistently. Thief in the Night on that map is a bit janky. You won't always find it. but between like 60k and 150k every 3 minutes is pretty good money, right? And we brought in a big gun. We basically didn't use them though. We used only a few bullets with the big gun, so it's entirely doable. That's perfectly fair, yeah. That's a big thing too about early access, right? It's not a game you have to grind, or it's a game that like there's always benefits of taking a break from a game and coming back like this, right? And seeing the progress over 6 months as opposed to weeks. Because it can be discouraging, right, to like play with janky systems and get punished for it. It does not feel good. Alright, 50 cal. And we're probably going to experience that in a second because we're going to Mech Trench with Gunhead and a 50 cal with no silencer. So we're going to pull everything. We're going to actually approach this map from a different area too. I usually spawn elevator and come this way. We're going to spawn trench mainly because I don't want to deal with the ads in this hallway. Oh, weirdly, so headshots are king there, right? Like brawlers have a ton of HP, but they go down in a few headshots. I think the 50 cals will one-shot them too in the head. The sniper rifles, yeah, I think they all get one shot in the head. But no, when you, they are very deadly. Maybe we'll do scrapyard next.
Perhaps today is the day.
Like I said, it definitely feels like the current aggro system right now is like a half implemented system that's missing the beneficial modifiers. It could just be bugged too, but like 6 meters isn't bad for like if the walking radius for detection is 6 meters and hopefully not through walls, I think that's perfectly fine. And 12 meters for gunhead is perfectly fine. But like there needs to be modifiers for crouching, going slow, not moving. All that good stuff. Okay, one downside of the Scar, yeah, put it in auto. It starts in semi. We're good there. No, 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 no. Out, brown cow. You don't get to sneak up on me like that, sir. Freaking stealth exo. Meat. That was an exo, yes. Water, I don't really need you. No containers down here. There we go. That's not good. Where'd you guys ask? Where'd they come from? Probably respawned outside. And this is the danger of not bringing a silencer, by the way. It's just so much aggro. So, for example, if I had to go with a silencer there, that back squad wouldn't likely come. Stop respawning. All right, we're leaving. Also nice. Well, they could be spawning outside then heading in. The holy number. No, 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 no. Hunter killers. Yeah, that's like kind of the case in point why you need to have a silencer. Those back squads don't come if we have a silencer there. So they were likely what was happening is they were spawning outside where we killed that first squad, and they were hearing us and then pathing in. They could have been spawning in the room too. That also does occasionally happen. But yeah, that's the downside of not bringing a silencer, is you'll just pull way more than you're expecting to pull. Well, if we bring an AK, for example, that won't happen. Five, 4, 5. All of the 5, 4, 5. Regions, my trenches, and same thing. Well, actually, like, keep in mind too, if I had medkits there, those fights are still a joke. It's just because I'm playing Gunhead with no medkits. The inability to heal will kill me. Lujoff, I'm perfectly fine with getting hunted by HKs. You know I am. Up we go. Against the right wall? I usually always play left walls for the cover, right? Because like we have more cover this way than actually. I mean, this way is actually even worse, right? Because we can't even see and we're mostly exposed. Ideally, the best spot for that area would probably be like right here, right? We can get a little bit more out. Yeah, like right here. Covering up most of your body from cover. Much more manageable. So like, I shoot that now. Nothing behind us yet. Here they come. And you can actually use sound too as an advantage if you want to pull things to you. Like use an unsilenced gun on your offhand to pull enemies in. Where are you? Yeah, nothing's nearby. Doesn't that sound so great, guys? The new ASMR. Poor guy. Alright, we're good there. I wonder if it would get demonetized. Naturally though, considering you don't put mid-rolls ad in ASMR videos, like I don't have any mid-rolls in any of mine, it wouldn't make much to begin with anyway. If you want to piss off an audience at the most, make an ASMR video with mid-rolls. Oh my god. Which is perfectly fair, right? Like the last thing you want to do when you're relaxing or like going to sleep. is having like a commercial in the middle of your ASMR. I mean, yes and no. You'd be surprised, Pixel. People find very weird videos ASMR. And that could easily be a trigger for someone. The gurgling sounds of someone in tubes. That's a good idea though, Ludroff. April Fool's video. ASMR of Pole Plug. It's a very good idea. I will ascend. Hold on. I kind of do wish Gunhead's key wasn't the same as his equipment key. I want to be able to jump and use his head at the same time. I guess I guess I can actually. Hold on. You just kind of need to like wing it a bit. I hear medium mech. That's a medium mech right there. So we need to jump. It worked. Okay, we're good. Okay, we need to go over to the mech now. Also, okay, little did you know, Aaron, same way. I have a 50-800X, and it's still kind of iffy for me. It's like my main bottleneck. So if you're unaware too, one thing you can do to help you jump a little bit higher is, as long as you are not sprinting, hitting C midair will give you more elevation, or your crouch key midair will give you more elevation, right? So if I jump, hit C, and as long as I'm not holding down the shift key, I will jump a bit higher. And so you can combine that with pneumatic jump to get to areas you're probably not supposed to be in. So I can pneumatic jump and then hit C, and it'll get me even higher than I was before. Now, I don't think it's gonna be in the game forever, but it is really fun. Sir? I think we're full. I think we're full. I will say too, it's probably like next to my docket for upgrading too, is the new AMD chip. But like naturally, because I'm on 4th gen AMD, it would require me to go up to a whole new motherboard, basically a new whole PC. But those new Ryzen chips look fucking great. The X3Ds should be a massive boost. My friend runs one of those, I think the 7000 series X3D chips and an AMD card, and he gets way more FPS than I do on this game, despite me basically having like a slightly better card graphics wise. Like I'll get 60, yeah, X3D, yeah. He gets about, I think, 90 FPS or plus, and I get around 60 consistently, so. Oh yeah, the aggro below me. I just need to kill. Okay, I'm very scared. Okay, let me try this. So be very careful. You will mantle out of this window. If you try jumping over the window, you will mantle and die. So naturally, be very careful. That's one nice thing too about the pneumatic jump, is when you want to get on a railing but you don't want to mantle over, it's like the best way of doing that, because you can't mantle when you're using the jump. Like if I hit space there, I would mantle over and die, but I can jump on that now with this. Hold on. Don't mind me. Just peak gameplay. Hold on. All right, we're good. For some reason, like, this staircase is like none of the units in this room can pass up this staircase for some reason. I don't know why. This staircase is just cursed for them. All right, out we go. Yeah, I wasn't really planning on doing it, exo kill there, but like, it's really hard to do flames with an exo in that room. It's like nigh impossible unless you kill the exo. I don't like this. I think I need to go this way actually though. I don't like it, but I think I have to. Nope, dead. It was either that or running into a hunter killer and then getting more guys along the hunter killer. Quite unfortunate. Got a quest done at least. Yeah, so the thing about Gunhead 2, so a weird quirk, to be able to use Q and E to lean around corners, you have to be in the, like, aim down sights ADS. You can kind of, so it's weird. Hold on, let me go to a different character real quick. Like, I probably can't do it. Actually, I can probably show it on here. So we go to characters, and we go to old man. Sure. And then return main menu. So there's a really weird quirk with queuing and Eing. You basically can't do it in third person, but if you do it in first person and then leave first person, you'll still have it in third person. It's super weird. And I think I can show it in innards perfectly well. Yeah, so you can Q and E to get lean, a little bit additional lean around corners, especially right-hand side. So if I come to a corner like this, just say this corner, I can actually peek it a bit with the Q and E. But you can't do the Q and E when you're in third person. As you can see, I'm spamming Q and E right now and I can't do it. However, if you Q or E and then lean out, like if you hit Alt to get out of third person or out of first person, you can actually still be leaning around the corner with third person aiming. So it does actually work on other characters. You just can't do this on Gunhead because it requires you to be aiming down sights first. It's kind of weird. So I'm not sure if it's like Gunhead's not supposed to be able to lean, or it's just a quirk of just because you don't have ADSing as Gunhead. Yeah, Ryan, something like that for sure. I can see like definitely the IP taking off a bit and like doing other genres or doing different things. I know they're doing an art book, right? But it would be cool to see a story or like an RTS or like a game like that too. Who's a good boy? That's a good idea, Duffs. I mean, the dog is kind of robotic, right? It's got this like kind of robotic skin to him. Cyber dog. No, not on the comic, not on the cardboard. Or I guess that's metal. All right, back to Gunhead. Let us do a Nexus now. All right. It feels like you're trying to get me to use two snipers, Ludroff. And I will accept, but I won't use your sniper. The GM6 is a terrible gun. Hanslet. Where is my 36M? There you go. Oh, definitely. Yeah, the art book I'm definitely gonna buy too. 100%. Let us go to our pack mule. I've never had Rat King answer my prayers. He's never answered it. Never. Also, I don't think that's working properly. It's beautiful. I actually do like the SVD though. SVD is actually a useful gun. Alright, I need 50 cal. That's probably enough. I'll bring a bit more. And then I need to go... How much 20 mil do I actually have? I have enough 20 mil. That's how I'll put that. Let me bring a robot friend. Robot friend? Hold on. Vendors. Bundleton. Need to sell you things. How would you like 11? There we go. 20 mil. Regions, Nexus. It is bad. Not right now, Chawa. We did our, we'll do more like group streams in the future, or open lobbies in the future, but not for right now. That was unfortunately last Saturday. Uh-oh. You know, I don't really think Gunhead's the antithesis of stealth, or no, rather, he is the antithesis of stealth. He's not a stealthy boy. So, the reason why I don't like the GM6, when I say I don't like the GM6, I'm not saying the GM6 is bad. My preconceived notion on how the GM6 should operate does not line up with how the GM6 operates. Like, this is a bolt action. It makes sense for it to have a long cooldown between shots. The GM6 is semi-automatic. It does not make sense for it to have the same rate of fire as a bolt action sniper rifle. Or I guess bolt action anti-material rifle. If the GM6 had its actual full rate of fire, I would be okay with it. I'd probably actually like it, because it'd be like a 50 cal shotgun. Come here, you. I actually really like the scope. But yeah, to each their own. I like the scope more than the other scopes on the other guns. Ludroth, do you like the M16 scope? The one that's actually like... The one that's unique to the M16? They're basically the same, though. How are you? All right. That's 3 waves. Are you damaged? Is the poor little cyborg wargie damaged? Who's got brain damage? You have brain damaged. Let me up. Here we go. So if you remember, like, these new animations too are new in game also. They're actually kind of cool for the cyborgs. Like the damaged ones are like kind of freaking around. Their jaws are moving now. Like last patch, like their arms were just like kind of shaky and flaky and like they would just flop around. And now they actually have animations for their arms and face. All right, so the question here, is there a grabber on the map? That's fair. The carry handle? All right, so this is the night shift of this map, which means sometimes there's just a grabber chilling down here. I don't see it yet currently though. Grabber? Yeah, as long as you headshot them, the brawlers are pretty easy to take care of. Though, like, if they ambush you, they're incredibly scary. Is this a night shift nexus with no crawlers? Or, no, sorry, no dogs? It's kind of nice. Fido, where are you? I don't see him yet. I mean, maybe we'll get prone eventually. Yeah, like, you remember, this game's not trying to be realistic. This is not like Tarkov where it's trying to, like, you know, feel realistic. Alright, I mean, we have giant mechs here. No dog, I don't think. That's unfortunate, Bob. Sorry to hear that. I usually lean away from gaming laptops nowadays for that exact reason. Gaming laptops just don't seem to have longevity in regards to lifespan. I had one gaming laptop and it like lasted 3 years, which is pretty abysmal for a laptop. I'm pretty sure it's just the heat, right? The heat just kills it. Fair. Yeah, I don't see a dog at all. Just lots of cyborgs. Did you know that the 20mm 36M is a great CQB weapon? As you guys have been saying. So they're basically the same. The Stalker is supposed to be the Stalker is the HK variant. So if you see a Stalker, it means it should be an HK. Otherwise, it'll be a grabber. Though I think is the one flagged on Cemetery a Stalker? Yeah, I'll go ping it next time. After this one. We'll go find out together. I think the differentiation like eventually supposed to be like, so HK, there is a slight difference between the HK variants of dog and the non-HK variants. So the non-HK variant should only one-shot you under 1K, with the hunter-killer dogs and I guess cemetery dog by extension being 2K. That's good. Mine was back in like 2010, so it was back before, like, I would probably say maybe gaming laptops getting super popular. But it died after 3 years due to heat issues. All right, let's go fuck with the dog in cemetery. Hello, good sir. Yeah, the ability, like, the inability to upgrade them usually, it's not great. I kind of like Frameworks, though, in regards to, like, I'm not sure how good they are as a company, but, like, Framework, for example, giving you the ability to, like, upgrade your parts later. That was always the downside with gaming laptops, is, like, once you bought it, you were locked into specs until it died. Yeah, I mean, I have a laptop. I have a Dell XPS. I just use it for like light games like Slay the Spire and stuff when I'm not at home. Like those integrated graphics nowadays are still strong enough to like run like more indie games perfectly fine. All right, cemetery. Games like this, no, but can't have it all. All right. So we're gonna go say hi to dog. And probably expect to die in the process. Let's get some 9 mil, I guess. The Pupasha? Why not? Oh yeah, the 1 terabyte of storage. Yeah. And you only have like 1 slot for it, depending on the laptop. Yeah, I can fill up a terabyte very quickly. Alright, let me get off of you. Let me bring in some 9 mil. We don't need that much. Like, we'll die before we get to use it all, so let's bring 600 in. Do quest 2 if we can. Any cemetery. I guess we can try not being seen. It's probably not going to go well. Not region, cemetery, pipes, and we're good. Yeah, I'd have a cooling pad for my laptop, otherwise it would throttle immediately. Alright, I'm pretty sure it's flagged as a grabber on this map, but we're gonna find out real quick. just burn it, so burn yourself so bad you can't feel the burn anymore. Drones, what are you guys doing up there? That's not good. It's not good for my health. Okay. What are you flagged as? Yeah, as a grabber, okay. I do like love. Oh. Why are there so many drones? Hello, sir. You can't get up here. So yeah, if you're unfamiliar, let me just get over here. This is still safe. There's now these 2 giant glowing red spots. They might have been there before, I just can't recall. On the sides, like right here and then right here. They're really easy ways of stunning the grabber. Let me try. Probably with a better gun, I would imagine. But with a few shots, you can stun the grabber there, and it will shriek in pain, and then go fuck off for a bit. Bye, sir. As you can probably tell, I guess this is technically, they didn't fix this yet, but I mean, it kind of feels out of boundsy. But I will say, stuff like depth like this actually makes the map feel much more of like a horror map than just walking around on the ground defenseless. Yeah. Of course you break. I'm going to my safe spot.
Enemy contact. Scanning.
I don't want to be with you guys anymore. Ugh. Wait, what? Huh. Interesting. I'm curious why someone would bother, like, tying someone up this high up. I wouldn't go that far. I don't think the devs are putting things in just for me. I have seen drones there before in that room. It's very rare. I've seen them before in the prior power patch though, but they're just insanely rare to see. I think they were. They've been bodies here all the time. They're right there. Okay, we're good. There were bodies here before. I would be flattered if the devs actually put something in the game to counteract how I play. To be fair, if they wanted to counteract how I play, they would just remove pneumatic jump. Or nerf it to the ground, which I'd be very sad. That is very true. I get my D&D players like that all the time by putting things on the ceiling. They're now so ingrained that like whenever they feel like I'm alluding to something, they'll look up on the ceiling now. I have them Pavloved. Okay, so with Gunhead's 12-meter radius now, it feels almost nigh impossible to sneak by the infantry if they're in this room. So, because I'm pretty sure we're 12. We're at 15, or we might be able to, okay, we can barely get by. So if we hit 12 meters on this little radar right here that we can see, we will aggro whatever hit that 12 meters, which would be this entire squad. Or apparently if we stand up too. I wonder if that counts as sprinting, mantling. Mantling, maybe by, is mantling 12 meters or? I'm so dead. Hold on. So I wonder if mantling counts as sprinting. So for those unaware, every character has a 6-meter radius around them. In regards to aggro, Gunhead has 12 meters. So if an enemy unit's within 12 meters of Gunhead, he will aggro or begin investigating. Now there's a modifier for sprinting, and it's either like about 1.5 or 2 times, so around 18 to 24 meters for Gunhead. So I'm curious if mantling counts as... Hold on, let me actually go and test this real quickly. I think we can probably mantle over here. I'm curious if mantling counts as sprinting. Or it maybe has its own modifier. So the best way to test this is go to Desolate, where we're going right now, Desolated Streets on Mesa. There are 2 guards that spawn looking away from the spawn that you spawn in, which makes testing sound very easy to check. We're not even testing sound, but I guess the periphery mechanic. Now, they spawn most of the time, but there is a rare case where they don't spawn. I would say it's probably like 80% of the time they spawn here, and they're not. Let's see if we can't find a guy in front of us real quick, otherwise we can just reload. But yeah, there's plenty of stuff for me to mantle over here I can probably check with. Okay, there's soldiers over there. We can try maybe mantling on this rock. Alright, so can I mantle on this? Can't mantle. I wonder if jumping does it. Okay, no modifiers here for jumping yet. Nope. I wonder if it... Huh. Alright, we're good there. Why are you shooting this? Gunhead! Don't aim at the civilian! We free civilians here, Gunhead. We don't murder them. Be free. Be free. Go, go, go. Before Gunhead decides to murder you. I got 10 shots on a dream. This might work too as an area to check also. With all the barriers here, we can probably mantle over. Need to find a squad nearby. Okay, we have a squad of Europans over here. Okay, they're currently in combat. They're also snipers, but snipers aggro weirdly anyway. Yep, they're aggro. Okay, that's what I thought. There. I got 1 shot left. 1 shot in a dream. There is the European squad that spawns over here too that looks usually away. We can test that also. I wonder if it's like, I need to sit at 18 meters and see if I can aggro at 18 meters no matter if I just stand still. So they just hit 12 at the very end of the range. I wonder if they heard us. They were just at 12 at the very edge. No, okay. So I will say, I noticed this also, Gunhead's tag here is a little bit farther. Like you see, yeah, you can see 21, 22. So your scanner on Gunhead will be a little bit different from your actual ping distance. Ever so slightly, not much. All right, so they're at. Okay, we're less than. Okay, yeah, they're not aggroing at 18 or less than. Okay, mantle. So I mantled there. So what happened now is that there could be a chance I was put in the aggro queue. Let's see. Might have not been long enough. Or they're still in combat. That could be a thing too. Yeah, they're still in combat. And they should actually win this fight. That X is gonna get freaking wrecked. Okay. If only we took Bringer in. The 21. All right, if I sit here and do nothing, so let me try jumping. Who's he getting shot by? Sure. I think they're aggroed. I could try actually stabbing one. If he's actually distracted, I could make you actually do this. Gunhead does not have a stealth kill. Confirmed. Now, there you go. So. Where are you? Well, so the key there is that because they were currently aggroed with another squad, they weren't going to turn around and shoot until that squad was dead, right? And that squad died and they turned around. Hold on. No.
Under threat. Contact all.
No, we almost won. So yeah, we can almost confirm now because that would be a stealth kill for every other character, but Gunhead clearly does not have one. That's just confirmation right now. Yeah, I mean, I didn't have any ammo, right? I'm not fast enough to run away anyway. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. All right. I think it feels like jumping. Let's try it one more time quickly. If they don't spawn there, we'll just back out. So sprinting changes like I think 18 to 24 meters, but I'm curious if jumping changes it too, to a higher amount. It feels like maybe the answer is yes. So jumping and sprinting might raise it. I wonder if it's speed based too, perhaps.
Unit 7 and 6.
So as opposed to just being in the sprint mode, it could just be a speed based. Really, not 2 times you guys didn't spawn, really. You gotta be kidding me. And there's drones. Yeah. Quite unfortunate. Yeah, I'm gonna say jumping and mantling does seem to increase the range. It's good to know. All right. Time for Enclave. We have not done Enclave yet. Go me Enclave. Any quest for Enclave, please. I mean, that's a quest for Enclave, not the quest for Enclave. Gabe. Got flagged for DDoS? Well, I mean, that kind of sounds like a DDoS, right? you tried downloading 1,000 mods, you were effectively doing a DDoS in some capacity. Just a manual one. Where are you at? I want to do the quest where I shoot people in the head from far away. There we go. There's one. Where is Pyro? There we go. Will you give me Pyro? There we go. We have our 3 quests now. SVD. SVD. D4R. An R8 pistol. There we go. We probably need more than that. And then we just need a jump pack. Regions, Enclave, Cemetery. You want a chocolate turkey? Is it like a rendition of the chocolate bunnies for Easter? Thanks, Amanda. You too. Alright, so step 1, trigger the spawns. Alright, spawns triggered, because 2 of these in the pit now. And up we go. I don't know why, I just keep forgetting that I can't ADS as this guy. Don't you kill my Pyro. My kill. Oh, I can't see him anymore. Did they kill him? Did they just kill steal? Those feeds. Alright, that's one dead.
Enemy contact. Scanning.
That's 2 out of 3. So many kill steals going on right now. Pyro got kill stoled. One of my soldiers got kill stoled. Hello, sir. Are you heading over to me? Me? Hello, sir. You're looking awfully writable today. Sir? Well, of course you know what I think. What's my record right now? Is it 3? Is it 3 bounces? How many bounces I got? Hey, Delta. What's my record at, guys? Is it 3 bounces? I think it's 3. Nope. I didn't go deep enough. Not anywhere close to deep enough. Personally, I do think the mechs should need to, the mechs need to have flat heads. I should be able to ride Toothy. He's got a perfectly flat head. Why do I bounce off? It's kind of unfortunate you can't snipe as Gunhead, but I guess it makes sense, right? He's not a sniper bot. That's coming later. Toothy hates everyone. Toothy's a very grumpy guy. Alright, so let me go over to Funnelton real quick and buy some new pneumatic jumps. Hey, BA. Alright, let's go ahead and get our... Let's get a bit of rig actually. Let me repair my rig real quick. Okay, weapons and ammo. What do I not use a lot of? I probably can't really get more 5.56 or 308 really right now. Kind of limits my option. I guess I can run the RSAS. I just don't have a lot of ammo for it. And I'll bring a shotgun too just for backup. Bring like 100 rounds or 100 shells. And then our jump. How many cigarettes do I have, by the way? I have 5. I need 15 more. Swamp, scavenger camp, and we're good. Toothy's pretty rare, Rocket. You only really see him on Scorched Enclave. You can, VA. Do you have to use the VKS? No, you don't have to. That's the best thing about the VKS, is you don't have to use the VKS. The best thing about the VKS is you can forget it exists in the game. Who's forcing you to use the VKS? Why are they doing that to you? The gun's abysmal. Alright, let's play the great question here. Is it real? It is. Not real enough, apparently. Are you real? Hey, you're kind of... Wait. Gabe. I wonder if pneumatic jump has a special aggro radius of, like, yes. Ow. God, they hurt. Everyone's dead. I can just now freely ascend. There we go. Okay, you can get up here pretty easily. So the VKS, it just has no... It's got the same damage as 308, and the only gun that uses the ammo for the VKS, or it does 175 per shot with 5 bullets in the magazine, right? So it's a gun you just constantly have to reload. It doesn't really have, like, you're better off using an SVD, right? You actually get rewarded for only having 10 rounds. All right, thank God he's dead. All right, I'm pretty freaking hurt. Yeah, the VKS is a 5-round magazine, so it's. Well, I got one quest done. Heights are scary. Yeah, the VKS is 5 rounds. He doesn't have a head, yeah. So hold on, we'll go over to VKS. So characters, loadout. So let's go over to the VKS. It's got the first off is you can't, the only thing you can really do to it, right? You can put a flashlight on it and you can put an optic on it. So you don't get a change, you cannot. It is locked into 5 rounds. It's pretty low weight. It's only 7 kilograms. The weapon damage is the exact same as the 308 round, 175. If they buffed it like they did the 308, it means it one-shot headshots everything, like low-tier infantry-wise. It won't do risk infantry. But like the curse of this, it's 5 rounds of ammo, and so if you're not one-shotting things consistently, like everything you're shooting at, you get punished immensely. Like, stagger is what keeps you alive in this game, really, right? If you're not staggering your enemies constantly, they will just obliterate you. And like a pack of cyborgs, right? Like, hold on, we'll do an example. Where's my 12.7 at? It also, I think, weighs a ton, doesn't it, too? What are you weigh at? No, actually, you're normal size. We're gonna bring a backup shotgun just in case. Lewis, they haven't hotfixed anything yet. It's not really that they're clairvoyant per se. It's just that you have an aggro radius now. That's very aggressive. Like, in a way, they are clairvoyant. But it's really just more. So every character has a 6-meter radius. Gunhead has 12. There's modifiers for that, like jumping or sprinting. But like if they're in the air above you, it doesn't look at that. It just looks at 6-meter radius around you horizontally. Or it goes wider from that. So basically, yeah, it's kind of clairvoyant, but it's really just broken. Night 2 times in a row on Scrapyard. Okay. Yeah, 5 rounds. And so when you get into combat in this game, you want to be able to like continually fire and not have gaps in your fire. Gaps in your fire will allow your enemies to recover from stagger and start shooting you, which is the last thing you want as a character like Gunhead, for example, or just really any character, right? Do you see the issues here? Do you see the issues here? With the VKS. Do you see the problems with the VKS right now? I am literally spending more time reloading than I am shooting. Hold on, I'll get the drone eventually, don't worry. Don't worry, I got this. I got this. I got this, don't worry. The VKS will carry me home. We won. Now, like, if the VKS had, like, some weird quirks to it, like, for example, if silencers in the game were, like, pretty rare, and, like, if a gun like this just had a suppressor natively, it could have a use case, right? Like, that's the trade-off, is if you want a silencer on your gun early, you can do that with a VKS. Like, that's the trade-off, right? Like, this gun has no reasons to use it when everything else exists the way it does, right? If silencers were changed in rarity, and, like, this was, like, the go-to silenced gun for, like, sneaking around one-shot headshotting things, I can see that being the case. But, for now... Oh, dog to... Oh, God. Yeah, silencers being dirt cheap right now, but yeah, with silencers being really easily to acquire off Gurlo and then being dirt cheap, a gun like this has no place. If it was supposed to be like something like that, right? Like the stealth firearm. And considering it fires subsonics too, like for example, in the newest aggro system, right? Perhaps this is like one of the guns you bring to reduce that aggro radius because it's subsonics. It's a subsonic gun, right? So, hold on, please no. Please no. Please no. Please no. Please no. Thank God for Gunhead's Gunhead. Well, I think Ludroth too, 45 ACP right now is like overtuned in the game, right? To give you an idea too, 45 ACP does more damage than this gun right now. A gun that's technically 50 caliber. But yeah, like if this game, this gun basically, if they force this gun to basically be the stealth or the early stealth rifle, it would actually have a use case, right? It'd be high risk, high reward. Like if you want to be stealthy, take this gun. It helps you be stealthy. At the cost of like, if you get in a fight, it's not good for your health. Well, I don't think the Spectre needs a nerf per se. It's just the 45 needs a nerf. Technically, 45 needs to wait probably for armor though. Like, all of the rounds like that will definitely get nerfed when armor becomes a thing. Compound bow, that'd be cool. Or a crossbow. I can see like a scav crossbow being a thing, especially if they added nades. Not really, no. I think there's like, people have theories about threat reduction. I don't think any of it's been proven though. Well, there is the HK mechanic, which definitely has like threat in regards to summoning HKs, but in regards to like threat radius for guns, I'm not sure if that really exists or not outside of HKs. All right, I believe I've properly demonstrated why the VKS is awful. Yeah. The thing to consider too, Pixel, right? You need to consider too, like how you inform the player of those systems. Like you can't just do the cop out where like you just clear as day explain to the player how the system works. But I much prefer systems that kind of like naturally clue you into how they work. So that basically means your reputation, right? So as you kill different factions units, you'll gain and lose reputation with factions. So for example, if you kill a bunch of cyborgs, Aramaki doesn't like you anymore. If you kill a bunch of Europans, Grillo stops liking you. If you kill a bunch of scavs, everyone else starts not liking you. But it's mainly just for Grillo and Aramaki and the other traders, right? In regards to being like what you can buy. So for example, if we like sell him things and stop killing Europans, we'll be at level 3, and that means we can buy new stuff from him. All right. Grotto, it's just because the aggro radius is a cylinder. It's just a quirk right now. It might have been the case before too. It could just be that we're noticing now because of the verticality of Swamp. But no, it definitely feels like it's just a bug. A bug or something that's half implemented right now, not fully implemented. Let's see here. Let's get our jump back. Let's how much M4 ammo do I have? A little bit. I can use M4 for a bit. Yeah, that's how I feel about it too, right? Like a placeholder for sound, essentially. It's just not fully finished yet. I don't think it's a bad baseline, it's just that, right, the verticality needs to be changed quite a bit. It needs to be, it probably not a sphere per se, but like an ellipsoid. Oh, same machine shotgun ammo, that's right. Okay. Shotgun. That's plenty. And we'll back to Frozen Swamp, and we'll go to Scavenger Camp, and hopefully not get murdered. Oh, for sure, yeah, sound modeling, for sure, more accurate sound modeling. Just a way of, like... I do like the... Between, like, the dog, for example, right? The dog and, like... this happened, like, last patch, too, at this underground cemetery. The dog on cemetery also felt really weird at first, and it still kind of does, but it feels like a baseline system for other things in the future.
I am the conduit. The human is the hand.
Yeah, that's always a weird thing with games too, the pixel. Having the AI detect light. And I imagine too, right, for example, there's no way to toggle it on your guns right now, so it makes sense not to have it be a thing. You have no control over it. Also, am I using a stock M16 right now? I believe I am. Shit. I thought I put a kitted one on. Did I not? It looked kitted to me. Well, I guess I'm using an M16. Yeah, so the quirk right now is... The quirk right now... Yeah, there's everyone. Is that... No, this is an M4. Right now, every character has basically a radius around them. With every character except for Gunhead being 6 meters. And essentially... that radius is only horizontal. It's unlimited vertically. So, say for example, this unit was 6 meters. Say for example, this unit was like 6 meters away from me, and 1,000 meters in the air, it would still detect me because of that 6 meter radius, right? And that's like the main quirk right now. It is not limited vertically. Yeah, and it feels placeholdery, right? Like Rocket, that's the thing. It doesn't feel intentional. It feels more bugged than intentional. Or placeholdery, or like work in progress unintentional. And the biggest thing too is there's no collision via walls. So like, if I'm standing still here, crouched in a like corner, a unit on the other side of the wall, even if I'm doing nothing, will still detect me through the wall. So there's no collision, there's no like limit vertically for it or floor for it vertically. Like if I'm up here, right, it'll go down too. So it just seems to be like a half implemented system or just bugged. There's also modifiers too. For example, sprinting will increase your radius in which they can detect you, but crouching or like walking or nothing will modify it in a beneficial way. So it just feels placeholder. Who's got a big gun? You got a big gun. He has like how he's not using the scope. He's just like aiming off the bore. He's literally bore aiming right now. It looks like. Hello. Oh yeah, thank God for that. And if they could start wallbanging, it'd get bad real quick. I'm curious. Oh, I'm actually really curious now. I have ideas. I'm not sure if they're good ideas, but they're ideas. All right.
Tango dumped.
Let me get over here first. I probably need to get down, actually. I can get over that way. Now, I think there's definitely some not real items over there in regards to jumping around. Yep.
Enemy contact.
Case an example.
Scanning.
These don't hurt. There we go. Up we go. Don't mind the flying robot, guys. Yep.
Branching contacts. Adjusting aim accordingly.
And then now we go. Well, I fucking missed. I didn't hit my jump. Ow, god damn it, my knees. I fell before I jumped. Don't worry, we can fix this. So I think these upper parts aren't real, but maybe that top one is. Probably not though. Every time I try to parkour up something, it turns out not to be real. And it makes me sad. All right, up we go. Yeah, we'll just like any way of getting attrition, right? Which, fall damage, yeah, does that pretty well. I like how you're just like oversized trades. Why? What did I do to deserve your ire? So, that's not real, unfortunately, that upper floor. I'm curious if this one is, though. It might not be. Are you real? You are real? I don't think, actually, I think it's locked off, actually. It's clipped off. Let's try it one more time. Let's try this side. It's probably clipped off, too. Yep, it's clipped off. Quite sad. I want to get up there. It looks so cool. And, like, there's plenty of drones, right? Like, that'd be a cool caveat of a map. Like, the vertical exploration with the downside of just drones being everywhere. Why is nothing real? I'm like, yeah, this is not real, right? It doesn't feel real. Oh yeah, definitely not real. Over here. I mean, we're getting pretty close. We need to find... That'll do, right? That'll work. That's already... That's... Actually looks on purpose.
Sentience dropped.
This even looks on purpose. Yeah, this pipe is clearly designed to actually be used. That's cool. Oh yeah, this is by design for sure. Alright, that's neat. Hello. Wrong, wait, hold on. Oh, they're fighting each other, nice. That's cool. Everyone dead? Everyone's dead now, at least. Well, yeah, and for now. I was looking earlier. It honestly looks like you can actually get up there, but like at the same time, probably not. I probably should have brought a flashlight for this. Okay, that works so far. I definitely need a flashlight for this so badly, actually. I can't see. Okay, we're getting higher. All right, is this back at real? It is. Awesome. I feel like we're close. Bounce off the wall a little bit. I need a little bit higher for that. Will you actually work if I get on you? You're not real. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's the health indicator, I'm pretty sure. That's me being low HP, and that was my caveat too, or like that was my point too in regards to like if you're gonna make me like be low HP constantly with Gunhead, get rid of the animations for like being low HP, because they're kind of annoying after a while. Like it's cute at first, but like it's just after like, and you can't get rid of it. There's no way. I could draw off the HUD actually. I can do that. That fixes it actually. Just removing the HUD. All right, I can't get up there. I need a flashlight so badly. Yeah, the intensity reducing would be nice too. Just something. Actually, that works. Hold on. There we go. No, why did you mantle over? Oh my god, that was so dangerous. It mantled me over. Okay. So, please be real, please be real, please be real. Okay, I think that's real. Okay. Are you real? You're real, holy shit. All right, where do we go from here? There's more over there potentially to get up. That looks really dangerous, and I don't think there's anything over there for me to get up on. It definitely looks like that's like probably the next route, which means everything over here is not worthwhile. Let me get down over here. That's probably not real. I can probably just walk through you. Yeah. Oh, I wouldn't survive a fall. No, yeah. I would immediately die. You gotta risk it for the biscuit. I need a flashlight too. Okay, this is probably not real. No, that actually is real. Holy shit. Well, sort of real. Okay, this big pipe is real, but that's the thing around it is not. Oh, is that real? That might be a good way up. It looks like it's not there. It looks solid, rather. All right, are you real? You're not real. You're not real. I love how it's just like literally guess. Guess what part of the geometry is real to jump on. I'm not gonna lie. If there was actually like a parkour route up, that'd be so cool. Have like a gotcha case at the top for a reward. Alright, I need to bring a flashlight. We're gonna do one more time with a flashlight. Wait, hold on. No, I might be denied actually, Bundleton. No. So sad. Alright. Where is Rust in Peace at? I think it's Yuruska for Rust in Peace. There we go. So we're gonna want to bring a grenade launcher for this. It feels like they fixed the grenade launchers, by the way. So in the last patch, for some reason, the M79 and the grenade launcher wouldn't proc their explosions constantly, and it feels like that's been fixed. Alright, P90 ammo. Don't need a lot. Cemetery. And we're still spawning pipes. Like, so the risk at the other spawn point does put you closer to Atrium. The only problem is that the dog will spawn on that side of the map if you spawn there. So the reason to spawn pipes is because you can lock the dog off in the pipe section a lot easier than the other section, right? The other section is very hard to get dog not to be an Atrium, and we don't want dog in Atrium.
Unit 7 and 6 reporting clear skies ahead.
A little bit further. A little bit further. Oh Lord, he coming. Oh Lord, he coming. The door's closed, we're good. Alright, there's our friend Rest in Peace. Maybe it does not. That's 6 shots there. That's definitely not right. Maybe they didn't fix it. So a grenade launcher that's impacting all of its explosions or using all of its explosions should be 4 shots to an exo. The fact that that was 7 or 8 to kill the exo definitely feels like it's not been fixed yet. Weird. It felt fixed earlier too. Yeah, so the verticality does not matter at all. So like, it's just a circle around you. It's a cylinder, right? So literally place yourself inside the center of a cylinder that has an infinite ceiling and floor, right? If there was a drone like right below us, 1,000 meters, and it was horizontally 0 meters away from us, it would aggro. And that's like kind of the key point with what's it called? The new map. It has a lot of verticality, which kind of means you aggro a lot of things that it doesn't feel right.
Exponential inbound.
Back, dog! Back! just runs away. It does seem like the dog much more aggressively teleports now around.
Awake at last.
All right, turn you in. I can get the A12 now. Oh boy. I can also prestige now too. Okay. So, as you saw, I was going for turrets. Because I'm pretty sure... I'm pretty sure I can jump on these, right? Wait, why do I only have 2? I just did the quest for these. Game? Are you stealing my turrets from me? Why do I only have 2 turrets, game? I just did the quest that gave me 3, and I only have 2. Game, you have stolen from me. I want my turrets. Can I use IEDs too? Hold on. I need to do an experiment real quick. I don't think I can do these the way I'm thinking of. Hold on. Quick experiment. Real quick experiment. Super quick experiment. I don't usually use IEDs a lot, so I don't know the full functionality. I know there's basically proxy bombs, but I'm also curious if they have collision. I don't think they do. I don't believe they do, but I also don't know.
Unit 7 and 6 reporting clear skies ahead.
Oh, they're way too small to actually have collision. Do they blow up next to me or no? Okay, they don't. Well, I guess we'd have fun. IED time. I can't wait for these to chain, just blow everything up. Yeah, they kind of chained a little bit of there, I think. They have a pretty wide radius, my god. I wonder if they should have a like a slight delay after they get triggered. What the hell? Like a second or two after triggering. Because them blowing like right after they get detected actually kind of makes them a bit worse than they should actually probably be. They hurt me. I'm actually curious. Oh no, they hurt. The IEDs hurt. Oh. And I think we're good. So what I want to see here, or I want to find, I'm hoping we have our. I wonder if they nerfed Rust in Peace, basically. So Rust in Peace is like a way how you would farm turrets off cooldown. But we didn't get any that time. I wonder, and we completed it. We turned it in. Why do I only have 2 turrets? You're still on cooldown. Yeah, only 2. Let's try Rust in Peace one more time, actually. I'm kind of curious if it's bugged. So let's find Rest in Peace. Yeah, 3 deployable turrets. Right there. Well, let's run it back. You only need a few grenade launcher shots and we'll be good. Grenade launcher. Regions, cemetery, and pipes. So what I'm trying to do here essentially, right, is there's a few spots in the climb that we need additional height, and I'm like 99% sure that we have collision on turrets that we can use to climb. Zeka, it depends if you like the setting and you are okay with early access games being kind of janky. I like it a lot. It just depends on how you feel about janky, unpolished, and unfinished gameplay. If you really like the setting, it's really nice. It's a lot of ambiance, a lot of cool things about it. I like it a lot, personally, but things are rough. Don't think it's a polished gameplay experience. Don't think it's like, you know, AAA game. It's not gonna be. That's not to say it's not gonna be a good game, just, you know, it's not gonna have a high level of feature set, I guess is the right word to put it. But we'll see. It's think of it as basically like you're playing an art book to some extent, right? If you approach it like that, it's a good game. If you're looking for like a really cool, like very polished gameplay experience, it's not that currently, but it might be in the future. I personally love watching the development over early access periods, so I like early access games like this. I love seeing like things get iterated upon. Like once you start getting to a game that's basically feature complete, things start changing at a much less rapid pace. And I actually like seeing the change, the drastic change over time, right? All right, Rust in Peace is complete. Yeah. Now, touching on this again too, one of the key things people are going to mention about the game too is the water system. So right now, the way the game works is that water is drained from your computer clock, not from an in-game clock. So say, for example, you quit the game, water will start draining. What does that essentially mean, right? So every barrel of water is worth 1 day, 1 real-life day. And if you ever run out of water, you essentially get water death, where you need to defend your base, or your account will essentially get wiped in some capacity. Not fully, you'll still keep your character levels, but you won't have your inventory anymore, basically. You'll basically be on a soft restart. Now, with that being said, with upgrades, you can store up to 100 water, 100 days. So that gives you 100 days of like not playing the game to not have to worry about it, essentially. With that being said, too, you can also get about 3 to 5 water every 3 to 5 minutes, making it very easy to farm water. So, as you can see here, it has a bunch of moving parts. And the biggest thing is that, A, water shouldn't probably be based off a real life clock for a casual game like this. It feels placeholdery for now. And the second thing is too, because of how easy water is to farm, it feels inconsequential. Water doesn't feel important. So yeah, for example, I have 97 days of water. If that gets to 0, my account gets wiped. However, if you play the game enough, you start accruing just massive amounts of water naturally from quests. So for example, I have 587 water. Yeah. There's also a new feature they added in called water bots. And what water bots do is they automate your water supply. So essentially at the highest tier water bots, you get 1 to 4 water every 2 days, which essentially means you have a net gain of water. But then you have to defend your base against raids, basically, of water thieves. It feels like it's getting pushed and pulled in different areas from feedback, but it just probably needs a concise rework. And the key thing is just removing water from being based off your computer's clock. Just make it based off raids, how many raids you do. Okay. Before we do anything, I have 2 20mm turrets. I have a quest that's supposed to give me more turrets. Three deployable turrets. Combat loadout. Game. Why? Why do you don't give me turrets? Yeah, it's just bugged. Hello devs, if you're watching. The quest is bugged. Alright, Bundleton. You are restocking in 3 minutes. Yeah, the water invasion now is apparently pretty... I'm on cooldown to lose off. The water invasion mechanic now is just very easy. It's like, I think 3 or 4 guys. They're heavily armored, so I'm pretty sure they're pretty beefy boys, but it's easy enough to deal with. But like the biggest complaint is like the 2 biggest things, right? Is A, it's inconsequential. It doesn't feel like an important mechanic at all. It just feels like tacked on. And B, it shouldn't be based off an out of game feature like your clock, right? It feels weird. So yeah. But it feels like, and that's the biggest thing about the game too, right? Is like you have to be okay with dealing with placeholder systems for now. So, Pame, what basically happens, right, if you... 97 days, right? So say, for example, if I don't play for 100 days and I come back, what will happen is there will be a mission that I will have to do when I log in called Water, basically Innards Defense. And so what will happen is, from you being gone for so long and your water running low, some scavengers have invaded your base and you need to go defend it or take it back. If you kill what basically amounts to 3 to 4 guys inside your innards, you will not have water death. You will get your innards back with a few days of water, right? So it's unless you are very, I don't want to say incompetent, but not very skilled at shooting people in a shooting person game, it's essentially very easily doable, right? You should never really have water death unless you don't have inventory to begin with. Like if you don't have meds or you don't have guns to actually defend your base, then yeah, you might actually lose your account, but you didn't have anything to begin with anyway, right? But no, like, don't worry. I don't think anyone's arguing that. The 2 arguments are this, right? No one's saying that they like the system of water being attached to a real life clock. They say 2 things: that it's inconsequential, that it doesn't matter because it's so easy to farm, and that it shouldn't be based off your computer's clock. And they're both valid points. Okay. 1 minute. Yeah. So there is now a vault too. So there's a secret storage vault over here where you can store up to, I believe, 10, people were saying 10 million credits. You can store up to 10 million credits in here, right? And then you can store up to 10 items. So you can basically, like, you can recover from a water death. Like, the biggest thing from water death is losing your rigs. And this alleviates that, right? Getting 10 mil rigs, right? Or $10 million or credits to get buy back your rigs is perfectly fine. It works. I guess Unity Untidy Hobby too. I'm not sure when it's been far away or not, but yeah. So he kind of does look like Spectre from Titanfall, right? But when you're like designing a humanoid robot to some capacity, they're all gonna look like that. Unless you start getting really weird with your robot design, when you start designing a humanoid robot, they're gonna look like this. Maybe Treble. The old system chose Treble. In the previous patch, when you could only force it, or you had to, what's it called? In the previous patch when it was still work in progress, yeah, it was like 20 dudes, but it's been nerfed a lot. In the previous patch, it was actually hard. And this patch has been nerfed heavily, which is fair because 20 dudes was like, it was even hard for me, right? You had to bring in like an A12 and a lot of meds. All right, vendors. Yeah, it was like the one way of farming Vepers. Probably. We have to figure out exactly what they're doing in regards to the new aggro system, because it's kind of janky right now, right? It's very janky right now. So like right now, there is no way for Gunhead to get close enough to actually be able to stealth kill, but that might change in the future with like if weights or loadouts change stealth mechanics. But yeah, right now he does not have a stealth kill at all. I don't need that much. That's perfectly fine. Regions. Frozen swap. Injection well. Oh, sorry, I did not realize I was not on private. My bad. But my goal is just to jump up as high as I can. Sorry, no friends today. Yeah, very fair, Commander. Yeah, it's well, that's a lot of things right now at Blue Droth too, like the medicine, like the economy, water. I'll also like that's not a priority right now. Those meta systems are not like a high priority, so they all feel very placeholdery, right? They want a baseline in the game, but they don't want to have a fully fleshed out system in the game yet. I have found ways to get up higher up here, so I'm very curious on how high I can go. And so that is the goal right now. Get as high as we can.
Branching contacts. Adjusting aim accordingly.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, that's perfectly fair. They don't want to be forced to play, right? They don't want to be punished for something. They don't want to be punished for not playing a game, which is perfectly fair, right? Blue Droth, well, yeah. But I haven't done it here yet. We haven't gotten that high yet. I have a flashlight now. I have so many things now to ascend. All right, so I think we got up here first. And then you're not real, right? Yeah, you're not real. What's that? My head. Right. And up we go here. And now I can go around that way like I did before, but let's see if I can just actually use this to get up higher. So we're gonna drop a turret here. Oh, you don't have collision. I thought you had collision. Oh, no, you do. I was just inside of you, I think. No, I mantle on top of you, but you don't have collision. That's so weird. All right. It's so limpy. Look at these bullets. Oh, it's great. No, don't mantle. Game. No, 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 no. Oh, I got him alive. Okay. I have a new request. Please give me a key to, like, there needs to be like an auto mantle off. Like, give me the ability to only mantle when I press 2 keys. Make it an option, please, before I kill myself continually with it. Man, that thing is going crazy. It's still shooting at the same guy. Sir. Sir. So the turrets can actually be useful. You just have to put them in areas where they're not in long range scenarios. So like indoor areas, the turrets are actually pretty useful. They just have to be in indoor areas essentially. Like around corners, indoor areas, tight corridors, they're great. They just can't be long distance. I think the next update's gonna be a very big unit update for us. A lot of different units and so on and so forth. That could way up, probably. So I want to get to over here. Perfect. I get on you, probably. That's a little sketch now. Alright, that's a little bit too high. Need to find something to mantle off of. That might work. It might bounce me off too. Okay, not real. We're getting to the not real areas. I mean, that's how we died last time, right? When he's not being visual. Let's try going back outside. Like, that right there is not... That's right there is visual. Wait, I can shoot it, though, but it's visual. So weird. I wonder if I can get up that way. It's probably the same thing, though. But this is partially real. And then I don't think... If that's not real over there, this is probably not real either. It might be the route to actually go over this way. I can't get up that, I think, any more than that. This might be the ceiling. Thanks, Marcus. Appreciate it. I mean, if I went over there too, there's like nothing more over there. The way up is definitely this back way over here, if there's any more ways up. All right, let's try. Oh yeah, it worked. It kind of works. My head's like in the way though. I can get up there, but I can't get my head up. Is there actually a ceiling now? Where am I? Where am I? I can't see. I can't see. Am I on the wall? I might actually be in a ceiling now. There might be a skybox now. Hold on. I can't get any. Like, I'm stuck in the wall here. Oh no, Rangy, we know. In the water. Thanks, Marcus, for the kind words. Alright, any other ways up? It's gotta be like mainly this back area over here. It's gotta find a different way. You're not real. I wonder if that's real. It's probably not. So this is real. Wait, are you real? I don't think that's real. This is pretty good so far, I will say. We're pretty high up here. Alright, let's leap of faith. Okay, that actually is real. Holy shit. Do you have a ledge? You do not. Alright, we're gonna try getting down there. I don't think it was real. We would just fall down the back way. I want to see if there's a front way to get up to, perhaps. Oh, basically, what I'm trying to really do here is get to like a vista point for seeing a lot of the map naturally. So Marcus, I was basically trying to get onto the ejector site and try to climb up as much as I can. I was looking for like a cool vista spot. But alright, so we can't use the turrets as a way of climbing up, but we can use the turrets as a way of, I guess, being floppy. Wait, did I buy 2? Bundle Ted. Did I not buy 2? I've been bamboozled. Things of mine have been stolen. It really is, though. Yeah, it's a very cool setting so far. I hope to see more of it. Lordos is really cool, too. I don't have enough cigarettes for him. Alright, so we're going to, I think, a good spot for farming pneumatic jumps. Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be fracking, right? Like, it very much feels like they're fracking into the ground. I don't think I actually need this many shotgun shells. Hold on, I won't be alive that long. A bit excessive. We'll go down to 300. Mech trench, elevator's fine. Oh, you don't know? Yeah, so 40. If you're familiar with like Warhammer 40k, that's Grimdark. Yeah, so the liquid in the swamp is probably the wastewater that they're not pumping out. So they're probably just pumping some liquid, so like maybe dirty water, into the ground to pull up other liquids and extract them. There are a few refineries around there, so it could be all like different things too. Yeah, it's not even water. But yeah, they're pumping liquid into the ground to basically cause fissures on the ground to let groundwater or ground liquid seep up. Yeah, that's a fair point, G. Marcus. It's much more like not present day Grimdark, but much more grounded Grimdark. At least in some capacity, right? It is not, no. The only quest that I know was absolutely fixed was the one that you mentioned, Red Bull, the water map quest. Considering the A vehicle will be a new vehicle, I imagine, it's going to be in the Q1 update. Q1 should be the new deployment system, or at least the precursor to it, along with new vehicles. Which will be exciting too. Like a new vehicle, like new units are definitely great, right? Because it might also mean too we might see things like night shifts for your opens. Because that's like the big holdup right now for night shift variants for your opens is the lack of units for a night shift near open squad. We might see a few of those vehicles, right? Because like those are like, yeah. So we see a few vehicles already that have like destroyed models, but not actually currently working models. The devs have kind of said too that they have models, but not the ability to program into the game yet, from just time and like resource constraints. So for example, if we go over here, move a little bit more. Hello. I see that you can see me through the other side of the wall. Come join me. Holy shit, that's a lot of red dots. I apologize. So I think the biggest thing to this patch is like outside the aggro radiuses, they also, it feels like definitely added in the ability, that's a medium mech, for units to only aggro off just sound. So before, sound would have units come investigate you, but they needed to have visual contact to actually, yeah, aggro queuing, to actually come and fight you. Yeah, no. We can talk about this. Okay, so that's the vehicle. That's like a Tesla tanker, basically, right? It's got like this cool thing on the front. It's basically, it's a super heavy tank that we do not have in game yet, but like they have the models for it, right? And it looks fucking awesome. This giant ass tank. I'm very excited for new units and new guns because I really want them to explore this space of creating things themselves and not using like assets and stuff like that. I don't mind asset use, right? But I want to see them like flex their creative muscles for like super units like this and like new guns and stuff like this. This just looks so damn cool, right? And naturally, something like this looks like nigh unkillable for us, right? It just looks really cool. Marcus, it is. You want to prestige up because it gives you walking speed, more max experience to be able to use, and then more HP. So like when you get to 25 prestige, you have 1,000 extra HP to use, which is really nice. But there's a few tanks in Elephant Mausoleum too that we don't have in game currently, but we have models for. But they mentioned that in the Q&A that they have a bunch of models that they can't use in game yet because they need to be programmed and rigged and so on and so forth. So we get teasers instead, which I'm very much fond of. But yeah, new units would be huge. I want to see definitely more things in regards to like, I want to see them flex their muscles creatively with new guns and new units. So Ragey, I don't think there's a big faction anytime soon. It's all going to be small factions for a while. I'm not even sure if there's another big faction to even do, but so far it kind of seems, Ragey, in some capacity, it's one small faction per patch. I wouldn't be surprised if perhaps we eventually see a solo cyborg faction. Like perhaps cyborgs who broke out of their programming. Thanks for the sub, zombie. Appreciate it. Maybe not more water thieves. I kind of want to see like a freed cyborgs faction. More rogue AIs too. Currently, Toothy, we only have the variant for Toothy that's actually Ruskin still. So seeing the actual rogue AI Toothy with these little scarabs would be cool. Untidy, I'm sure we will, because like remember, Big Green is Eurasian, right? The super giant heavy mech, and people have been asking for, you know, that unit in the game. So little scarabs, like, so Toothy, if you look at the cinematic trailer for the game, when they fight Toothy, there's like these little scarabs, like little like insects around, like robotic, right? But it's basically his little assistants. Pixel, I kind of, weirdly enough, I do want to see like a reworking of traders and vendors and all of that stuff before we see new factions with vendors. But yeah, I wouldn't mind more stuff too. And I imagine too, like, so right now, Aramaki is the Eurasian and Euruscan vendor, basically. But it's probably because we don't have enough guns for Euruska and Eurasia to actually warrant 2 different traders. Let me just sell you some guns, I guess. Yeah, so like this is all of the guns for Euruska and Eurasia in the game currently, basically. There's a few others, but like this is all the ones that most of them have. So there's not that many. No, Big Green. No, yeah, Big Green is Eurasian. Big Green is probably like the first mech we'll probably end up seeing for Eurasia too. The Fool? Not sure about the Fool. So we have the Rat King, right? You're talking about Rat King? Rat King is a European medium mech that has been like... So... I've heard this from people claiming to work with Fundog. I don't know the accuracy of this. But... So, Toothy is naturally a European medium mech chassis, right? And the theory is, what we've been told is that a fungus is essentially attached itself and grew over this medium mech wreck, repaired it by basically like sealing its core, right? Its power core. And now you kind of have this symbiotic AI slash fungus relationship where the AI, now since it's been repaired, feeds the fungus and the fungus keeps it alive, essentially, right? You have like a symbiotic relationship. Because European medium mechs do have AIs, they're just nowhere near as complex. They're more of VIs than AIs. They probably found it, Ragey, because I remember, like, eventually, like we have for Gunhead, right? After prolonged periods out in the wild, the AIs do evolve to the point where they have some degree of personality. And that could just be a quirk of its personality, right? Hey, the Scottish. How's it going? But that's the theory, right? Or that's what we've heard anecdotally, is that this giant thing, this giant canvas bag, inside the canvas bag is a fungus. And that's why you see these meat hooks on it too, because like what you'll do, or what it'll do is it'll kill units and then put it on the meat hook, and then it will just consume those units over time, like kind of like a different variant of Toothy. I think we're looking for, yeah, there we go. There it is, 6M. And we want 20 mil. Which 20 mil do I have? Enough. And then plenty of 50 cal. 50 cal, where are you? Oh, there we are. That's plenty. Regions, Mesa, streets. So the drills work just by having them in your inventory. You'll just go up to a container that will prompt you that you can actually deploy it, and then you'll just equip it on your consumable slot and then use it, and it will attach to the door and then start counting down thing from 20. And when that 20 goes down to 0, it will open up. It's worshipped by the scavengers. We don't know why. We don't know why it's worshipped that way. And it's like, so the things that we do know is that we do worship it. That's essentially all we know canon-wise, because that's how it functions in the game, is that it's a European media mech that's called the Rat King now. It looks a bit weird, and we're friendly with it. That's really all we know. We can start inferring things off the meat hooks and stuff like that. The meat hooks being on its back, I mean, it could be fetching food for us or storing things for us too. That could be the case. It's just used as a storage device, but yeah, we don't necessarily know exactly the story about Rat King. Just that someone claiming to be working with Fundog said it was a fungus. A fungus among us. Tribble, yeah, there's usually containers inside, different rooms. There's quite a few different containers and rooms. At the base of the injector, there are some rooms, I think, or 1 or 2 rooms that use it too. So it's got some cool functionality. It doesn't have, like, a lot of loot containers out in the wild, like the train containers, but there's a few doors too that you can open up with it. Yeah, like, there's very little canonically we actually know. Everything is really just inferred from in-game functionality and, like, visual effects. Or visual modeling. Like, one of the few things we do know are from, like, the Rilla videos that he talked with the devs with, and then also, for example, the only video I have that's 100% canon and not just theory is the log video that came out with the patch this for Gunhead. Like, that's straight from Fundog. Okay, so he spawns here occasionally. He spawns here occasionally. Looks like he chose neither this time. I missed! How? Yeah, you can go up there without a jump. It's easier with a jump. Way easier with a jump. I didn't do anything to warrant this. I haven't even shot my gun yet. And I have HKs on me, you fiends. You absolute fiends. I do not deserve this. Yeah, there can be a spawn right down here on the mech. It's weird. Like, sometimes they'll spawn up here too. Hold on, that's actually him. That's one of them. Are you hey? God, so rude. Hold on, let me just go ahead and turn this off. Why would your opens care that I killed some cyborgs? There's cyborgs in the skies. Kind of a calm day on the Ashen Mesas here. Nah, but am I just incompetent today? Probably. I'm so used to pneumatic jump, I can't jump without it anymore. I had to be like a 400 HP right now. I'm so close to dead. But so are they. Pilot? All right. There's someone down there. Yeah, there's Gold Brick. I can't barely see him. Thanks to Scottish, appreciate it. Oh, I'm getting shot, I have no HP left, I can guarantee it. Stop dancing. I have like 1 HP left, I guarantee it. I'm gonna say 43 HP. Okay, a little bit more than that actually. And Rub? Lucha, I'm not sure if that's in the game yet. That's for the DMs. All right, well. Whoa, 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 you can't just spawn like that. They have teleporting infantry. It could be, yeah, yeah. It's all we know for, like, it's called an injector, so it's injecting something, right? And like, it's injecting, it's with the swamp, with the dirty water too, Maybe we can like look at the water and the coloring of the water and get an indication of what they're pumping out. There are refineries nearby too, right? All right, time to leave. I'm gonna get shot by an HK and die. Now I have 40 HP. I feel like this is like deterministic too at this point. Like there's no way I can get away from HK. Yep, HKs. And that's kind of what I was hoping too, right? In regards to, so if you're unfamiliar with the dog on the grabber on cemetery, right? It does kind of track you through walls, but it does it in a much more organic way. It will try to hunt you down and go to your location from sound, mainly. It will follow you around too, sort of, kind of, if it can, but it won't like aggro immediately, right? It feels like much more like it's hunting you as opposed to the HKs, which just know where you are constantly. I'm kind of hoping that dog AI on cemetery is like a precursor to a new HK AI, where they kind of drop the ability to immediately know where you are. They just have an idea where you are, right? They go to your locations and they go and hunt you, as opposed to just knowing where you are and start shooting you immediately. Because that feels a lot more organic and proper, as opposed to, you know, spawns across map, starts shooting you from across map. But yeah, there's a very weird thing about the 36M. It's fun to bring into raids, but the key caveat with this is that, like, if you fire a shot or two with this, it seems to just suddenly get you HKs immediately. You fire a 20 mil one time, HKs. Not sure if intentional or just a bug of the threat system currently, but yeah. That's what it do. I don't have a job, I'm so sad. Wait, why is that in your feed? So Marcus, a few things from an HKs. Essentially, doing enough aggressive actions like killing people. The way I think this works is like when you do damage with a weapon, it essentially has the damage and a multiplier, and that multiplier will basically add to your threat level. And once your threat level reaches a certain spots, you start spawning HKs. Now, other things attribute to that also. So, for example, a few different items on a few different maps will summon HKs pretty consistently if you pick up a few of them. On Elephant Mausoleum, it's data caches. If you pick up about 4 data caches, you will get HKs guaranteed. And then on this map, there's a very special item, a very important item the HKs do not want you to have. Europa gets very upset if you acquire these consistently. Please leave me alone. Stop it. Let's see if we can't find a few of them. That's not it. There we go. So, apparently, if you pick up a few of these, I think it's like 4. If you pick up 4 pictures, HKs, they really do not like you picking up pictures for whatever reason. They really do, don't they? They're programmed to be racist against other robots. All right, any more pictures around here? Nope. There we go. All right, so we should be getting HKs very soon, if not like immediately. Yep, there we go. Hey, personally, it says a picture of a couple. It doesn't say what the couple's doing, so I imagine it might be like smut pictures of high officials. No, no, please don't spawn up here, please. Okay, I'm safe for quotation marks now. Not for very long, just for now. Yeah, thankfully, like, this is high enough where nothing can path to us anymore. They can spawn below us, but they can't immediately get to us. All right, is Goldbrick over here? He's not. Honestly, Reiji, I would not be surprised if we eventually had, like, some units that can crawl on walls. That would definitely help alleviate stuff like this, right? In regards to, like, using height to just punk the AI. Is by making units that fly and like units that go on walls. Unfortunately, I like sniping up here. It's really fun, but like you can't always get the AI to spawn where you need them to snipe up there. Though someone's down there. Who's down there? Little brick? Little brick? Nope. Where do I need? Grab the needle. Grab the needle. A little bit to the right. Hold on. There's another way we can go down here. So we can come down here a little bit. Nope. There we go. We're good. Hey. No. Ow. I forgot you slide down that. Okay, we're good. No, it's not. I didn't play a lot of Cycle Frontier, but I can almost guarantee you it's not really. It's a PvE extraction shooter, so I wouldn't really say it feels like Cycle at all. Whoa, 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 no, 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 whoa, whoa, no. The overall gameplay, like the Cycle Frontier, I don't know. I didn't play too much of it, but like. This definitely has a different feel than it. Did it de-aggro? Hold on. No, okay, never mind, HKs are over there. We're going back this way. So much violence. No, stop, please no. Leave me alone. Wait. Okay. Oh, it's right because it's got no ceiling. That's why it's aggroing. I keep forgetting. I will say that's perfectly fair. I would definitely say Skullmeat if that's the case. Maybe consider giving it a try. I think it's on sale right now. It does have some intensity to it. It's manageable intensity, but it's way less than Tarkov. But like, you still get that extraction shooter kind of gameplay, but in a much less sweaty environment like Tarkov, right? And one of the key aspects why I like this game so much is because they've really kind of said they don't want to wipe the game. They want you to be in control of the wipes, and so you don't ever feel pressure per se to keep up with the grind of Tarkov. Because Tarkov is really bad about that, right? Because like you feel like you're falling behind in Tarkov every day you're not playing Tarkov. And there's issues with this game, right? So keep in mind, this game is early access, and like it's way jankier and way still work in progress than like the early access period of the cycle. So if you thought like the early access period of cycle was still like really janky and really early, probably hold off in this game for a bit because it's way jankier than that. But I think it shows a lot more promise than that Cycle Frontier. When I played the Cycle Frontier Alpha or Beta, whatever it was like when it first came out, it felt like it was DOA already, right? It wasn't a bad concept, but the balancing of the game felt like almost impossible to do. And a big aspect of this game, right? It's PvE. So, and there's no anti-cheat. There is always like you need to be cautious about joining other people in peer-to-peer, but there's no risk of having some sweaty PvPer come into your lobby and just like destroy you like the cycle, right? Yeah, the cycle is dead. The cycle was shut down. Yeah, and like the beauty of it too, right, is what happened to the cycle, right, can't happen to this game because there's no servers, right? There's nothing to shut down in this game. There's no servers to be shut down. And that has its pros and cons. The cons being that they have to run everything locally on your machine. So one of the key aspects of this game is it does require a pretty good processor, a CPU, as opposed to a GPU. You still want a good GPU for graphics, but like, for example, I'm on 5th gen Ryzen, so I'm basically capped around 60, 70, 80 FPS at most. My friends on the 7th gen Ryzen, the next gen Ryzen over that, has way more FPS than me, like 90 constantly or bus. Yeah, it's only peer-to-peer. Only peer-to-peer. And yeah, Scottish, it's PvE only. And they've been pretty adamant, and the community's been pretty adamant too about no PvP. It's not, and I think it's wise too, right? Like, if there's PvP in the game, you're gonna get cheaters, and these devs are indie devs. They don't have the resources to deal with a full anti-cheat suit and like all of the stuff and upkeep you need to do. Unless you're a AAA dev at this point, just don't bother with a PvP game. Unless like, I don't mind PvP tacked on onto a base game, like a casual PvP environment, like a strategy game or RTS. But like, for a fully fledged game, if your core gameplay loop is PvP, it's not gonna work. Unless you're gonna invest a lot of resources in PvP or an anti-cheat. Yeah, this is a strictly PvE game. It can be played solo or co-op. Both modes work. They're both fun. I usually play solo, but we played co-op on Saturday and it was fun. So yeah, the best of both worlds, right? But if you're looking for a PvP game, this ain't it. And one thing to consider too, there is nice aspects about it being a PvE server or PvE game with no... Yeah, John, exactly. And you don't need to, like, because they're not developing it to be multiplayer exclusively, you can close yourself off to that environment at no loss of gameplay features, right? But yeah. It's nice. It does, yeah. So, generally speaking, the multiplayer in this game is a bit more intense. A lot more units, so on and so forth, and you usually get into fights a lot more. Alright, what quest do we want to do? Let's hit the new map again. And we'll play the new map normally. We won't play it like, you know, how high can we go? Oh yeah, and I was going to this point too. One nice thing also is that because it has no servers and it's strictly local on your machine, because it has no servers, it means in the future, if the devs ever stop development, or say for example, if you want to make your own experience, or some other person comes with their own experience too for mods, the modding scene's pretty open, right? Like, you can mod games like Tarkov, but you have to go through the process of emulating a server, going through this process like that, right, and changing things. But for a game like this, right, you don't have to go through the process of emulating a server like you need to do for SPT Tarkov. You can just mod your game and play it as you see fit. If you want to have custom models like a waifu, which people have done in the game, you can do that. Like, there are already mods in the game to change the model characters into waifus, basically. Yeah, they did, right? But Marcus, as part of that process for playing SPT Tarkov, single-player Tarkov, is emulating a server. It's pretty easy to do, but like they do have to, like, when they're designing the game, compensate for that, and like make a system that actually like fakes a server essentially. All right. How much 5.56 do I have? Enough. Okay, that works. Regions, Frozen Swamp, and we'll start at Titan Wreck. Yeah, Bungo's gonna have a little bit. Yeah, I do, don't get me wrong, I do like SPT Tarkov. But like, when they're developing a game like that, or developing a mod like that, they have to actually go through the process of emulating a server. which doesn't make it too much harder, but does make it a degree harder than frick, you know, more casual modder. Yeah, Unity, untidy, oh, sorry, untidy for sure. Yeah, like if you can mod the game, the first thing's gonna happen is skins for waifus. And no shame to them, but like it does seem that Grimdark and anime fans go hand in hand. Or sorry, should I say anime enjoyers? What's the proper terminology? Weebs. Weebs feels derogatory though, right? Do weebs enjoy being called weebs? All right, Gunhead's done his job. Yeah, that's fairly droth. It just depends on the person. There's a certain like contextual thing you're behind being called a weeb, right? In regards to like it feeling pretty like it feels like almost like it has a negative connotation to it. I'm not a weeb, I'm an anime enjoyer. I'm not gonna lie. So, on this map right now, we have trains, we have train cars, and we have a bridge that can go down. I really hope we see like a giant mega train that can go through the map occasionally. That'd be so rad. Pixel, yeah, exactly. And like for Ludroth and Red Baron, right? Yeah. I would love to see like an armored train coming through here. It'd be so cool. With the world's smallest bridge or slowest bridge. It looks like they have like partially modeled guns on, right? They're not fully done yet because they're not textured, but they do have guns on them. We need that like World War I gun, the giant artillery cannon on top of a railroad, or on top of a rail car. God, artillery would be so cool. All right, this is done. Actually, I wonder how far we can go this way. I haven't tried going this way yet, really. Oh, they're upset. They're below me. Oh, there's a lot of extracts, right? This map actually has like a ton of extracts. I think we have, yeah, all across the map over here. We have the under the railroad. I'm guessing this is going to be the scav camp. This is probably the scav camp. Railroad. What's the third one? Yeah, like every spawn has like at least 3 extracts. The sentry might actually have 4 though. Oh yeah, pipes. That's fair. It being a very slow bridge for that reason. It looks so cool. I want to see some of these Titans actually being used in combat too. I want to see their guns going off. Okay. Is there a way down? Oh, wait, minefield. That's not good. That might be one on the other side. Yeah, they're definitely... That's something I'll consider too, like say too. They're very considerate in regards to like the performance of their game and like the implications of certain feature sets and performance. They do try to be careful about it, seems like, in regards to like having too much in the game. I don't feel like there's a safe way down from here. Yeah, for sure, Marcus. So you can go down the bridges. There's not much over here, though, unfortunately. All right. Yeah, I hope they get expanded in the future, too. I would love to see, like, a fully modeled interior of those. Though I imagine, too, with, hey, guys. With... I'm very curious how they're going to approach the very large mechs, like, Big Green, right? Are Big Greens gonna have interiors that you can be inside of while they're moving around? Or is, like, Big Green only ever, like, an actual mech? It's, like... With a mech that large, right, you think it's actually, like, a troop carrier, too, in some capacity? Though, considering it's Eurasian, it might just, like, have cyborgs inside, right? Racks of cyborgs. Yeah, I kind of use all three names now, kind of. Crawlers, carriers, titans. They kind of have that, like, sort of Star Wars Jawa crawler vibe to them. Yeah, I imagine if, like, you have a map with Big Green on it, right? It takes up most, if not all, of the map. Like, the only map I can actually probably see Big Green being on currently is Mesa. Hey! Rude. Like, no other map seems big enough for... I guess, like, there is the outside areas of Elephant Mausoleum, I guess, work. Like, the very far outer edges of Mausoleum could have a Big Green in the distance. But yeah, I think on map, it could probably only be Mesa. And it would take up, like, the entirety of Mesa, I think, right in the center. Oh god, Pixel. If it deployed Mother Courages. So yeah, we can cut through to here. That will take us to the extract, I believe, that is under the bridge. Yeah, over there. That will take us... That's the pipes at the scav camp. But what are you in the middle? Cannot recall. I would weirdly probably say... Probably Europa. Weirdly enough, Europa, considering what we've learned from Lordos, Europa is probably the chillest like, not the chillest, but like the least fucked with, it seems like, right? So for example, I'm gonna fall into the fucking water, I can already tell. So for example, right, Lordos was apparently born in between Eurus. He was basically born in Mongolia. And it seemed to be like either a hybrid zone or like European slash Euruscan. Sorry, Euruscan slash Eurasian. And he was basically grown in a bio farm, right? Like a bio city that literally is grown and harvested after a certain amount of years. So he's literally a crop. And then Eurasia is probably not too much different than that, or maybe similar to that. But like they're dystopian vibes, right? You're a good chance of becoming a cyborg. Europa feels like the one faction that, sure, you're probably going to be a soldier in the army, but they don't actually fuck with you, right? Like, you're not grown just to be part of a fucking, like, a farm, right? And you're not gonna have your free will taken away, right? So, out of all of the factions, probably being European's the best. Unless you want to be a cyborg. Or you want to be grown in a farm. Well, I think he is a lord ass, right? You can't move. Oh yeah, I've never used this one before. So yeah, we have the 2 on the flank, then we have this one. The pipes extract down here. It's that first time using this one, I think. Yeah. So yeah, we have extract over there at the town, then over there, and then over here. He doesn't smoke the cigarettes. He chews the cigs. He dips. Ordos is a very, very proud dipper. All right, everyone. That's it for today. Hello, Lemon. Fortunate timing. That's it for today, everyone. Thank you for watching. I'm off for Christmas, like the entirety of this week. I'll be back probably sometime around the new year. Maybe a little bit before, but probably a little bit afterward. We'll see what they do about the aggro, but thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you next year. Probably no new videos until then either, but thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Have a good holidays. Yeah, very unfortunate, Lemon. I'm very sorry.